You're ready, lit up and ready to go. All right. Nice. I'm ready. I'm ready for that. I'm always ready for that. I'm not ready, but I'm ready for that. Oh, that was a nice little. Yeah. It's like curling, kind of, almost like curling, or.
No, you got to get used to it, you know.
Okay, we're getting ready for the show. We're going to be starting in about 5 minutes. Smoke them if you got them, roll them if you don't. Me and Chris are going to just smoke them up right now. What are we smoking on right now?
I believe it's jungle cake.
Jungle cake in the house. We'll find out what you all are smoking in a minute. We got Pat, we got Seth, we got Liz. We don't know where Mikey is. Mikey's at a Christmas party, and I don't know where he's at. I think he's dressed up as Bongholio somewhere. Banging a female Bongholio. I don't know.
Report if you see a sighting of Bongholio, please.
I don't know what's going on, where he's at tonight. He's banging bongs with somebody, maybe. I don't know.
Mrs. Claus, you say?
He's banging Mrs. Claus. Bongholio's banging Mrs. Claus.
I heard he got hired to roll joints for Santa and ended up banging Mrs. Claus.
That's how it always starts. Never do that. Never get a fitness trainer or a joint roller for your wife.
My hookup is going to the elves, man.
Yeah, the elves might get lucky.
Hold on, let's check the camera views here.
I'm gonna get mine. Go do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't tell me how you're off and down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown and you fool, bitch. So just step back, or I'm mad dad when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you are, rolling?
Is there any way you can move up more, or no? That's it. That's it, huh? I can fix the camera. I'll fix the camera a little bit.
Which one is it?
That one. But I want to get you in there.
Okay.
It's a tight shot.
Back on the scene, it's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stay, they sway. For today is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, and you know it's mine. Who you are, roll with? Who you are, roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you are, roll with? Who you are, roll with? Let's see. Let's roll.
What is that? It's just
Fucking with you, that's all.
This is why we do our setup. We have our songs to play, so we can go through all this stuff.
And that's the thing too. You prepare beforehand, and it's still like little.
What was that?
Little tweaks.
What the heck was that? Yeah, we lost our full screen, but we're still there. Oh. Just crashed. It looks a lot better though, right? See how it's much more.
I'm surprised that worked. That's cool.
There's no dead spots. I could have done a better paint job in here,
but you can't even tell on the screen though. No. And the lights, dude. The lights. I think the lights help a lot. It brings the set alive, more alive. It gives it more. Oh, look at the homegirl sign right here.
everybody. It's Thursday night. Welcome to the Ignorance is No Excuse podcast. And tonight, we have an update from Pat, who had his huge day in court on Monday. Well, at the hearing, actually, not court. And, oh man, hold on, let me get this music going. We don't need any more music. Okay, we're done. Goodbye. Here. You can still hear it. What's up, Pat? How are you, buddy?
Pretty good about yourself, man.
Dude, I feel like shit. You want me to tell you? I ain't gonna lie.
Sure,
I feel
sure.
like shit. I've been feeling like shit for a while. This weather here, it's fucking me up really bad. I think I told you, I got an artificial disc. I got a Fusion L4, L5, L5S1 Fusion, artificial disc, 2-level cervical, arm, shoulder surgery, and I'm feeling everything I'm feeling. I feel like, and we're just, the weather is about to drop 20, 30 degrees. So Chris knows, he feels the same, because we're kind of fellow spinies and we go through the same shit when the weather changes. And even when the weather doesn't change, we're still in pain. Doesn't matter. And chronic pain really affects you emotionally. So since my cat died, I have an emotional wreck. So yesterday, Bongholio convinced me to go to New York City with him and do some busker band stuff in the Times Square. And we did that, and it was fun, and it got me out of my funk. And yes, that was fun. That was I needed that in my life. Going to Times Square and jamming out with the huge Statue of Liberties, the Transformers, the Cookie Monster, Spider-Man. We were all chilling out. It was great.
That's awesome.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh, Seth can feel it in his bones, he says. Yeah. It's awful. This weather. Yeah, if you're a spiny, forget about it. This weather's not good for you. This is not your weather. You need to be in like Arizona or Florida right now.
Oh, I love the desert.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be in love with the desert if I go there. Oh, the dude is echoing. I know. Hold on. I'm going to fix that. Thank you, Seth. Seth, thank you. You're the best. Because I have to, when I play the music, it sounds better with the echo fixed. And now I'll take the stereo off. There we go. And it should be better now.
All right.
Yeah, that's much better.
Cool.
I was trying to get Neil on tonight. Neil has a band practice. Does he have band practice? Is a steel drum band? He plays a steel drum band, I think, right?
Oh, really?
I thought he played the skin flute.
He plays the sax. I said sax. Not sax, sax.
Yeah, exactly. That's funny. You just said band, and that I was watching Orange is the New Black. It reminds me of Side Boob. You know, the warden. The warden's the head of a band called Side Boob, and I was just watching. It's Side Boob. Yeah. Yeah. This weather isn't nice, man. It definitely. And our heat went out. Last Friday, and so we went through the whole weekend into Monday, basically living on a couple of space heaters. That sucked. It's still out too. Now we got the house loaded with space heaters. So, but yeah,
that's
it's
dry
not
heat.
nice.
That's really dry heat. I use those too in my room. It dries me up. I wake up at night, my eyes are all dried up, my mouth.
And my bird doesn't like it either. Yeah, it dries her feathers all out.
Oh yeah. You need a humidifier. I have one. I don't use it.
I keep the window about a third of the way. I don't care how cold it is, but I'll run the heater if I have to. But I can't sleep hot. That's what I can't do. I can get warm, but I can't cool off fast enough. So yeah, I'd rather be cold.
Yeah. So you had your hearing.
I got to tell you, man, that was an interesting. I think I won. Literally, I think that I won when I put it together, all the facts, because everything that we had was all on paper, and everything, like I said before, they're more on the opinionated side of things, and um, it's it's what the adjuster said was pretty alarming. The first person to testify that day was an adjuster. Her name was Teresa. She's been my adjuster since 2016, and some pretty interesting facts came out as a result of all this. But it was only May of this year that she wasn't my adjuster anymore. Okay, it was about 2 weeks after that all my orders and everything got canceled. My new adjuster came in and was like, "What is this?" and just decided she was going to clean house, and apparently didn't know what she was doing when she was doing this. So she cut me off completely, and then justified it to somebody in her company, and they went along with it. So the gist was, they admit that billing medical marijuana through CannaSense was far easier. It was way easier than everything that we were doing before. They made the case for me. Like, I didn't testify until the very end. They literally laid the entire thing out for me. And it showed their ignorance of medical marijuana all at the same time. So the first adjuster, the one I've been dealing with pretty much the majority of the time, who set this whole program up with Neil, literally together they formed this program. If you go on CannaSense, okay, and you go on the menu and you order your stuff, okay, when you go down to checkout, it says, "How do you want to pay?" And when that little button there that says "Pay by Insurance," that's all Neil. That's all CannaSense. Nobody else in the country can say that. So they admit that this was, from the start, right out of the gate, far easier than me going to the store and having to turn in, 10, 15 receipts a month. Okay. So I've already got them on my side. Now, the second adjuster, my current adjuster, gets up to testify. Tells them all how nasty I am on the phone. By the way, the first adjuster talks about how cordial and nice I was on the phone. Now, this lady gets up there and talks about how nasty I am. It's all, it was all backwards. Now, the second adjuster gets up there. Her name's Margot. Right away, the board members want to know who they're dealing with. They said, "You guys are a multi-billion-dollar company, right?" She says, "Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're big." So he says, "So cost was never the issue." She says, "Absolutely not. We are a multi-billion-dollar company, and cost was never the issue." I'm looking at my attorney, and I'm looking at her back and forth like, then why are we here? Well, I mean, we shouldn't be here. If there's no issue, then why are we here? So the whole hearing, they're making an argument about money without making an argument about money, of which is pretty impossible to do. Because no matter which way you cut it, if you paid for my medication for an entire year and then all of a sudden just stop out of the blue, you just made something up. They said that I ordered 47 more grams than I should have. I've been in compliance since 2016. Why would I screw that up? How could I screw that up? Neil doesn't allow that to get screwed up because there's a counter on the website. It won't allow anything to go in past my 90 grams. So it's pretty clear and blatant that they fabricated this whole discrepancy of 47 extra grams.
Yeah, how'd they do that? Well, they just said that they just made that number up?
No, the order was there. The problem is, and this is a case that I made to the board when I testified. I said, look, he likes to sit on the receipts. The order of operation, I guess you could say, is that I make the order. Then that order goes to my attorney electronically. Then electronically it goes to their attorney. And then they can sit on those receipts and pretend like one didn't get one, get the receipts over the other. Oh, I haven't gotten that yet. But they'll still fall on that 30-day rule. See, it's convenient for them to compare medical marijuana to prescription drugs when it's convenient. But when it's inconvenient, then it's, oh, no, we still got 30 days. But I'm like, well, we only got a couple of dispensaries in the whole state. But we've got how many pharmacies? You can't walk 50 feet without finding a pharmacy. So they're not in the same realm, not even in the same universe. So they're incomparable. So their testimony did me a lot of good, basically. And it proved they were actually making the point of the system that I'm using. Because I told you they had to come from Tampa, Florida. She's bragging in the courtroom, of which, by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. Because you know that we know our own, right? You could be walking through a grocery store and all you got to do is look at somebody in the eye. And we know, yep, you smoke. I know you smoke. I know everybody that smokes. And I don't have to say a word to them. Okay, I knew from the door when that woman walked into the building, I said, yep, she smokes. She almost gave herself away by talking about it in a personal sense. She had to catch herself and refer to it like she worked for an insurance company, which was pretty telling. But beyond that, she bragged about the fact that in the state of Florida, you can have this delivered. You can order it online. You could be eating lunch at Friendly's and order some weed on the website, and they'll bring it to the Friendly's. Okay, and this is big out west too. So they're, while at the same time telling me that I'm not allowed to leave the state of Delaware, they want me to stay in Delaware, never buy pot outside of Delaware, even though Senate Bill 17 doesn't say that I have to buy my medication in Delaware, because it can't. So
you're a California patient, right?
I now am. I never bothered renewing my Delaware card. I don't even want to be a Delaware patient. I never wanted to be to begin with, because it's too much of it's a racket in this state. Well, it's a racket in every state, but still, it's more of a state program than it is anything else.
Why is that?
Well, because first of all, the guy that opened the first couple of dispensaries, he's an ex-state trooper. This was a deal between him and former Governor Markell. Okay? They drugged their feet. He wanted the contract. He got it. I mean, this is a monopoly in this state. They've only just recently I think they let a Columbia Care in, of which is junk. That was another big point. That's the point that I was making the whole time against cannabis. I'm like, look, not only is it highly inconvenient and dangerous. I mean, who wants to go to Wilmington to buy marijuana? It's heroin central. I know people that have been robbed after coming out of the dispensary. And you're telling me that's more safe than letting it come to my front door? Well, basically, the three issues that they came up with was the 47 extra grams, where I was having the package sent to, of which that was dispelled very easily. I had my packages sent to a pizza shop because in the middle of the day, I live on a street that's dead. There's no one on it, and it's a street that's by itself. I've had packages stolen before in the past, and believe me, that was the last thing in the world I wanted to do, was be calling somebody at CannAscent saying, hey, listen, I didn't get my package. Can you imagine losing a $10,000 package of medication?
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Well, like I said, I know the owner of the pizza shop. I know everyone there. And I feel safe having it go there because they have to walk it into the building. It gets locked into an office until I get there to pick it up. And I go there every day to get a slice and a soda. I mean, it's 1.8 miles from my house. They made such a big deal about this. It was so stupid. And then by the time I got to testify, they started asking me about this pizza shop. I said, finally, I get to talk about the pizza shop. I'm kind of a live wire in court like that. I don't know how else to be. There's no filter on me, so I'm just going to be how I am, and
And as you
that's what
should,
I.
you know, it show emotion. It gives them an opportunity to see the emotion behind the situation, because you know there's a lot of people that say whatever, but you know they finally found the right one that's going to put up a fight. So seeing that emotion, I'm sure, you know, moves a lot of people as well.
Well, and that's another issue about this hearing was that it wasn't public. They didn't allow people to come in because I had a couple of people that showed up. My barber came; he wasn't allowed to come in the room and sit down. So I've got a couple of issues with the hearing just in general, but overall, I think we won the day. Even though I got a little bit pissy with them, they kept bringing up the drug tests, which was just another absurd point to even touch on. They said, I haven't taken a drug test since 2019. Okay. I said, okay. And that's not true. And this is where it gets interesting. He said, well, Mr. Calix, how come you haven't taken a drug test since 2019? I said, that's not true either. I have. He said, well, where did you take the drug test? I said, the VA. He said, whoa, well, you can't go to the VA and take the drug. I said, why not? No, you don't give me a specific location I have to go to take a urine sample, okay? When the doctor gives me a piece of paper for a drug test, that means I go to any LabCorp or whatever facility and pee in a closed bathroom.
Right.
Okay, so how is that different? If you want the records from the VA, all you got to do is ask me. I'll be more than glad to submit the records department, get those right out to you. And by the way, I saved you a couple of dollars in the process because drug tests ain't cheap.
Yeah.
So, look, man,
it seems like they're almost treating you as if like you're on probation or something, right?
No, that's exactly what they do. It was amusing to me because they actually tried to tell me that because I had alcohol in my system in 2019, along with marijuana, that I was out of compliance. I said, "You guys are so funny, man." Listen, when they all get together and they all sit down and they read Senate Bill 17 and they realize how stupid they were and the things that they said in that room that day. It's going to be pretty. I think I'm going to get a pretty hefty decision in my direction. They might not even mess with my numbers. So, if I failed a drug test, according to them in 2019, it's going to be 2023 in almost a week. Why did they continue to pay for all my medication? I'm just wondering. I mean, these are just questions out loud. But I mean, look, when I mentioned this one simple fact, and this was at the end of the subject of drug testing. I picked the right time when there was a nice little pause. And I said to the board, I think it might also be important to note that in the decade that I took narcotics, Travelers Insurance never requested not a single drug test. Oh, no, the whole room erupted. Objection. No, we're not talking about that now. No. But see, listen, I got it in. That's all that counts.
All right.
They heard me say it, and that's like I said, it's talking to a jury. They can say strike it from the record, but you can't make the jury unhear that shit.
Yep.
So, like I said, and I said a couple of things to that effect. I said how many lies I've caught them in. Oh, objection. We can't. No. Well, if you want me to explain something, I'm explaining it. You didn't tell me that I can't say certain words. You can't say lies. Of course I can. But see, they always want to drop the subject when I start coming alive on it. Look, there's never a lag in my answer. Every question that they had for me, man, I'm doing the math in my head before they can even whip their calculators out. Okay, so I'm like, and their attorney goes, well, Mr. Calix, I'm having a hard time understanding how you come up with this number. I said, you're right. I know you don't understand because you're not doing it mathematically. I told the board that I was frustrated. I said, look, I don't know, man. I'm just getting really frustrated right now because that's frustrating. To talk to a room full of dumbasses about marijuana is frustrating. And now this is the third time that I'm doing this, and third time's a charm as far as I'm concerned, but this is what I've been going for the whole time. I want medical marijuana to be treated the exact same way pharmaceutical drugs are, and there's no excuse for why it's not. So, I mean, if you're a medical marijuana patient, you should be able to do exactly what I'm doing right now. Go on your computer, go on your phone, order, hit the insurance button, and wait for the mail.
Yeah, there's even like rehab facilities here in New Jersey that prevent a lot of these patients to get their cards or to even access it. And then they're in like retirement, where like, you know, like not a retirement home, but like what would you like a rehab facility where it's a stay in where you get care 24/7.
I know what you're talking about. It's like a social program. It's I know what word you're referring to, but I'll think of it probably after the podcast, right after we're done.
Well, I was in one of those due to my injuries, and so I could learn how to walk again, and yeah, like I still have contact with them, and I couldn't get my card when I was in there. They made it very hard. They actually kicked me out and took my urine while I was sleeping.
Stole it. They stole his urine while he was sleeping.
While I was sleeping, and then
tell him the story.
And then
this
kicked me out.
Ridiculous
of the place.
This is this place is very. You wanted to smoke weed, and they wouldn't let you.
Smoke weed, eat edibles, and that's what I did. Like I didn't even smoke at that time. I thought that's how mine was. Like I had just gotten off smoking cigarettes. I was like smoking like 2 packs, a pack and a half a day, and then being in the ICU for like 4 months, 5 months. Then I didn't want to start smoking, so I vaped and ate edibles. And either somebody snitched on me or.
Oh yeah, we never get into that.
I don't know how I got caught.
They smelled it maybe on you.
I think they started finding out, like, you know, they started suspecting and, you know, keeping an eye on me, keeping tabs on me, and then they put a new and at that time they switched my roommate out and gave me a new roommate. But I was always careful.
A grown ass man in pain. You figured they'd want to do everything they can to help you and relieve your pain, but no, they want to make your life harder.
No, and they actually would like let me sometimes get like my oxys like a little earlier, like 20, 30 minutes earlier or whatever. And then there was people in there that wouldn't take they'll like put in, like they'll lip it or whatever.
Oh.
And then they'll later on they'll like take 2 or 3 of them at the one time because they'll have it saved up.
They'll snort it or whatever.
And that was a big issue too. But yeah, they even prevented us from even getting the card. And then like now you can get the card, but now you can't hold it there.
You can't hold the card there?
No, you can't hold your weed, your edibles. Right.
And you have to go off property.
You have to go off property to consume
it.
It's
or keep it.
Yeah. You can't even keep it there.
Can you believe
this is the fucked up time we live in, man? I swear, dude.
It's crazy.
And these people are in like 400-pound wheelchairs. Like, you know, they move the wheelchairs with their mouths. Some of them. Some of them don't have full function of their hands as well, like fingers and all that. You know, they have mobility issues. So like when I see that, like it just pisses me off, you know, because they don't want to take the pills anymore. Like they every time they go clean for a while, but pain, of course, you know, it like Lefty was saying, it makes you go on an emotional roller coaster. And, you know, so they you know, when they do go back, they feel like they get depressed. Like the pills make them depressed. They don't feel the same anymore. So that's, you know, to your point, you know, patients need to start treating like patients, no matter what form they use. If they want to go herbal, even if they don't want to use cannabis, but use other sorts of herbal remedies, like why not, you know?
I'll tell you one thing. That's another reason why I know for a fact that they were pushing that drug test so hard, especially at the end here. And listen, I've been transparent with the VA. I've been transparent with the insurance company. I let them know in advance so I circumvent any problems in the future. So it was about maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, about 5 years ago. After about a year into the medical marijuana program here, I was getting super mad because the prices were astronomically high. I mean, I could medicate myself for a couple of days and then the rest of the week I'm beat. And so, man, I go with nature's other painkiller, vodka, Smirnoff, man. Yeah. I'll do anything to stay away from pills, period. I will not take a freaking pill, okay? But I'll drink my vodka and I'll smoke weed, okay? I've told them that from day one, and I made them aware. I said, listen, because you guys are depriving me of my medication, you're forcing me to do something I don't really want to do, okay? But if I can't afford this and I can't afford this, I'm not going to sit at home dying and not able to move because you guys don't want to help me out and because you're trying to catch me in a trap. See, they were trying to say I violated or I was out of compliance because of alcohol, but yet they're driving they want to cut my medication off and then drug test me. Well, you already know what's going to be in me. So, like I said, they're trying, they catch you in traps, man. And
Well,
to add to yours, what's that?
That's where a lot of people turn to heroin and fentanyl and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I'm glad I never did. And I'll tell you what, I did some of the most hardcore opiates, 150 micrograms an hour of fentanyl, 80 milligram Oxycontin. You name it, I took it. And look, no rehab, vodka and weed, flat out. And I could never turn back to it. There's just no way. I'd rather die than turn back to that crap.
That's how I feel. I can't go back to that shit.
Because you're not alive. You're just sleeping all the time.
Yeah, you're a zombie, and
Yeah, that's the other thing too. You know, even for me, it made me a zombie.
Mhm.
You know, just stare out walls for like an hour or two.
You ever nod
Or
off?
burn yourself with cigarettes. I used to burn the hell out of myself with cigarettes falling asleep.
Yeah, like just fall asleep randomly, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing that kills me about the VA here. And that after I win this, and I know I won, but after I'm done with Travelers, that's who I'm going after next is the VA, because every time I walk into that VA and I got to walk down the psych wing, you see a whole wing full of guys just sitting there and they're just staring off into space. They hand Seroquel out like it's candy, man. Like, and that's one of the most expensive drugs on the market. Like, it's ridiculous. But as so long as they can zombify you and keep you in your house and not doing anything, then but it's called invisible handcuffs. I mean, that's what I look at it as. Don't move. We'll give you pills and you just sit there and sleep or just eat and then eventually die and don't cause anyone any problems and you're okay. But that's why I'm convinced marijuana has changed the game. Pineapple Express was the proof of it, the very beginning. Remember when he's in the bunker?
Yeah.
He says, why aren't we outside talking to the birds? And man, dude, marijuana makes you naturally inquisitive and ask questions. Oh man, the government comes across something like that, and that's the first thing they do is shut it down. Nope, can't have that. So, I mean, to be where we're at right now, we should be at least halfway lucky, but we should be a hell of a lot further than we are.
I'm amazed you got it covered in the first place.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I was just telling Lefty, I'm like, how the hell?
How did it first begin? Let's go back to that. How'd that start?
A decade worth of narcotics, and then I got pissed off. I was already not a patient, but I already smoked marijuana, and I kept going, man, why am I doing this crap and not just smoking weed? But then the insurance company looks at it like if you're not taking the pills, then you're not in pain, so they cut you off.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I waited patiently for years, and my attorney told me about a dispensary open in Wilmington. I went, I checked it out, and man, I said it on the show last week. I walked into that dispensary. I asked them about a receipt log, and they said, "What for?" I said, "Because I'm going to get my insurance company to pay for this," and they all laughed at me. That was my first trip ever into a dispensary, and from that point forward, I was committed. I was like, look, I don't know how this is going to happen. I just know I'm going to do it. I'm just going to force my attorney into fighting for me to do this. And that's it. And when I told my attorney what I wanted to do, he was like, because this is some like precedence type shit we're talking about here. So it puts his name on the map, makes him look great. Well, we started the process and we went through the whole first year. I think I spent about 21 grand all of my paychecks in the first year on my medication, and got about half of what I would have gotten on the street,
Right.
which was
Exactly.
depressing. So they agree. Well, we take them to the board. We are taking them to court because they're not paying. And then they decide right at the last second before the board hearing, they go, you know what? We agree. We should be paying you for medical marijuana. Let's just cancel the hearing and we got you. So we did that on good faith. And then after we canceled the hearing, they pulled a quick one on us. They said, yeah, we agreed to pay, but we didn't agree on the cost. So we had to start the whole process all over again. I had to wait a whole nother year and a half this time to get that hearing. Okay. So they're crushing me for 2.5 years out of the gate before I get any reimbursement. Okay. So I make it to 2.5. I go to the hearing. I win. And I win 50 grams a month. And the reason why I win 50 grams is because they divided out my whole first year. And that's the average it came out to be monthly. So I was like, 50 grams ain't going to cut it, but at least I won. And then reimbursement started. I started getting checks in the mail, and I wouldn't take the checks unless they said medical marijuana reimbursement on them. I got proof of them, man. I'll show you pictures of them. I'm pretty proud of those too. I get those checks. I get reimbursed, and but I'm still mad that I can't bill this because it still kills my wallet. And they fall back on this 30-day rule. Like, okay, so like when you go to the pharmacy and you pick up a prescription, it gets approved, but it's also electronic. It might not get approved like payment wise, but it gets approved through the system. Well, they have 30 days to approve that payment. So that's how they've been hanging me up this entire time, is they use the excuse, well, we have 30 days to send that check off. Man, they'll wait until day 31 and then send the check.
Late?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And unless you file a huff and demand, they're like, man, we got you by the balls. There's nothing you can do. So, listen, I deal with
trying to fuck you any and every single way they which possibly can.
Yeah, well, like I said, man, they didn't know that they were talking to me when they started. So, and somebody should have warned them, because I don't give up, man. It's going to take death in order for me to be out of this now. So
this is what they do. This is what they do to the sick and dying, and the sick and dying can't fend for themselves, and they just give up. But thank you for not giving up and fighting this system, because your tenacity has gotten you this far. So great job.
Yeah, you know what?
And it's also paving a way, you know,
and
for more patients along the way.
You're going to inspire others.
Give hope, yes.
Yeah, you're going to give hope and inspiration to others with this.
I've been trying to do that all along by just word of mouth, but I run into the same thing. It's like when you tell somebody about cannabis and they go, man, you can't get weed in the mail. And I'm like, okay, all right.
You can't get no weed here. You can't.
So, I mean, when I explained to them my case, or if I tell them that they can look, it was 6 months after I won that I didn't even know my case was online until somebody showed me, and then I read it and I was like, holy shit. Okay. All right. But then when I went back a second time because I wasn't cool with that 50 grams. So I asked for 110. Their doctor recommended 70. So they gave me 90. They met me in the middle. Right. But then I asked for the billing to be worked out. At the time, we had no dispensary, no one on deck that was willing to bill the insurance company. So they said, we'll give you the 90 grams. I can't even afford the 50, but we'll give you an extra 40. And the billing, and here's the important part. This is where they're essentially fucked. It says, and don't quote me on this, but this is what it basically says. As far as the billing goes, the board is not going to get involved in that. This is between the two parties. This is between us and the insurance company. So the billing can be done. We just have to work it out between us. They're not going to make an order for it. That's exactly what I did with CannabisSense. And I caught them. I literally got the chick to admit that this would be so much easier on the phone with their attorney and my attorney and me. I got them all on a conference call. So when I found Neil, I said, now look, Neil, do me a favor, call this lady over here, Travelers Insurance, and tell her what we're about to do. And that's what happened. And then look, her hands were tied. She's like, well, look, I did say it was easier. I did say it would be much better. So she couldn't refuse it. So, I mean, she already swallowed that pill a couple of years ago. She didn't know it was going to come back to bite her in the ass, though. So, the billing was what I was always after, and that's where we're at now. That's the kingpin right here. If I get that, then that, because think about it. Even if you get reimbursed, if you don't have the money to begin with, what good reimbursement? Right. So, yeah. But yeah, that's been the whole process essentially. And yeah, man, it's been a long one. And in about a month and a half, we should have a decision. And look, I'm already working on any aspect of any part that they feel like they could argue. I'm already working on an appeal. So I know everybody's on board. So, that just what the next time now, I'm going to make sure if this doesn't have to go to an appellate court at all or an appellate board hearing, I will make sure that there is a camera in that room. I will make sure that they have 6 months freaking notice of this shit, because that a camera in that room the other day would have been, man, crucial. So, you know, it would have been nice to have my own audio.
I think they record, right?
They do, but they only want to give you the transcript. And that's no joke. So you have to file a petition to the board in order to retrieve that audio. And that's on them whether or not they choose to give it to you or not, of which I think is horseshit. Because if you don't allow it to be public and you don't allow it to be recorded, I mean, come on, man. Like I said, it's trying to keep it under wraps. I think that this is one of those unique cases where it's like, look, we don't want everybody and their mother to know about this.
Right. You shadow ban.
And just like, well, look, you're one of the only people that has actually put this out, like, you know, put it out. I don't know how else to say it, but media-wise, I called Fox, I called MSNBC, I called ABC, I went to the News Journal. I walked into the News Journal building and talked to people, and they were like, yeah, well, okay. And I know, listen, I know when people read my case, I could see their eyes pop out of their head. Okay, so I know if a reporter looks at this and goes, yeah, okay, I think it's a cue card situation. You get a story about pot or this, that, and the other, well, that's got to go to the top first because we got to review that. But imagine if you let that cat out of the bag now. If you are on workers' comp insurance, you better be talking to your attorney about getting paid. My attorney gets calls now from all over the country about my case. People are trying to win what I got in other states off of what I did in Delaware. So the ball's already rolling. It's just, how long is it going to take to catch up to everybody?
Are they using Travelers, or is it other insurance companies that are doing it?
Oh, other insurance companies are definitely doing it. And I'm not the first person ever to get reimbursed for their marijuana. I'm the first person ever to get it through a court decision, which makes it totally different. Because, okay, I'll put it to you like this. If you get into a car accident, in Delaware anyway, you have $15,000 in it's basically like medical coverage. And now you get to use that $15,000 however you choose. Now you could go to the doctor with it, you could go to the chiropractor, you could go get some x-rays, or you could go down to the dispensary and buy 15 grand worth of pot and get it reimbursed. It might take you a couple of months, but they will send you a check for it. It's kind of a under the radar, off the books kind of deal. And many insurance companies have already done this, but they pay. It's like paying to just get rid of it. That's where Travelers made it so much different. They're saying, okay, well, we're a multi-billion-dollar company and we don't care. We'll fight you just for the hell of it. And that's what they're doing. Sorry if you hear my bird.
Are you going to get weed, retroactive weed?
Hold on 1 second. Shut up!
Show us your bird.
I'm sorry.
You could show us your bird.
Oh, hold on. Oh, she's squawking because I ain't in the room with her. Hold on. There she is. You see her? You see her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Benita. Yeah. Yeah. I leave the room for a little too long and she starts squawking. Sorry, what were you saying?
I don't know. The bird got me.
Yeah, me too. Sorry about that. And she lets the whole street know, man.
No, I think I asked you if you're going to get retroactive weed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, listen, I'm glad you brought that up because this is another huge, driving point to this whole thing.
It's just fun to say that together. It's just a fun word. Retroactive weed. I never thought I would say that.
Yeah, cool. Dude, isn't it cool? I mean, seriously.
Come on, man. Retroactive weed, bro. Wait a minute. Let's stop right there for a minute. Let's just marinate on that.
Sounds pretty crazy.
That's amazing. That is just
it is. Hey, yeah. You know what? And I forgot to mention this about that hearing. And this is another thing that it seemed to have them stuck on. One of my receipts reflected 6 cartridges. 1 gram cartridges. Now sometimes I'll order cartridges if they don't have enough facts, and then when I get the cartridges, I dump them out in a dish and then dab it. Well, the lady, one of the board members, is like, I've got a question. Why did he order 6 batteries here? And I was like, I started thinking to myself, 6 batteries? Why the fuck would I order 6 batteries? Okay, that's just stupid. So Neil, they're asking Neil this too. Neil's like, we don't sell those. We sell the disposable. They're called one and dones. So they made this whole super big issue about these 6 vape cartridges, 6 grams out of 1,080 grams. That's what this lady's talking about. Okay, so when I got to testify, I said, by the way, those were one and done cartridges. And I explained the whole thing to her, and it all just went out the window. Like the whole receipt now is just perfectly fine. That proves that they don't even know what they're reading when they look at the receipts. So, I mean, like, but yes, to answer your question, I am going to get, after this happens, I will get, Neil will get retroactively paid, and the system will keep moving on. But the VA program is what kept this alive. And it's taken me some time after the hearing to put it all together, but Neil was the one that brought that to light for me. And the veterans program with CannaSense has totally saved this whole thing because they thought that they had cut me off. Because I wasn't making any purchases in Delaware. I refused to go to a Delaware dispensary. It is junk. I'm not going to pay top dollar for D-grade weed. Okay? Even if I get reimbursed for it, I'm not going to wait a month and a half for it. So, what was I just getting ready to say? Damn it. What were we just talking about?
Make oil out of that shit weed, maybe. Edibles.
Yeah, but again, you're talking top dollar.
Yeah.
To buy this crap. And they're not even good strains, man. Like, yeah. They're only allowed to grow so much. And they call their greenhouse weed indoor weed, of which that's absurd. You can't do that.
What do you
You
mean?
will never get the potency of a greenhouse weed that you will of an indoor weed.
Oh, so they're saying that greenhouse weed is indoor because it's enclosed.
Yes. Yeah. And you know how easy it is to yank a test? I mean, come on. They make hash. So all you got to do is make a batch, right? Start throwing buds in bags and this, that, and the other. Throw a little bit of hash in one, test it, and voila, now it's 30% when it was just 19. I mean, they don't test the whole damn batch, obviously, but then again, they'll only test one batch and then assume that all the rest are going to come out the same. I know for a fact that they do that because no batch ever comes out exactly like the last. So, I'm getting pineapple fields 1 week, 22.05%. And then a month later, I'm getting the same exact thing. What's that?
Next week, it's like watermelon smeals. What? What is this? It changed.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not very good at growing. So, and you can't explain that to them. One guy tried to tell me that, there was no difference in the strains. It was only about THC and CBD. I was like, wow. Okay. No, yeah. Okay. I'm definitely in the right place. You guys have got all the right answers.
Start talking terpenes with them. You blow their minds with terpene talk. Take like 2 hours of their day up with terpene talk.
Yeah, they don't understand what terps are.
They're idiots.
What the purpose of them are.
They sound idiot, like ignorant as heck. And they're in a position of power where they're going to tell you what to do with your life and your health.
Well, that's the same thing. Like the people that own it, what do they know about the industry? What do they know about the plant?
I can see how you're frustrated, man. It is frustrating because we deal with
They tried to put it on Neil
everywhere. Yeah,
they tried to put that on Neil. They tried to make Neil my doctor the other day in court. They were questioning him like he should be my doctor.
Well, he's a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant. What else is he? He's everything. He's a Renaissance man. Neil. Yeah. He's an entrepreneur. He's a businessman, race car driver, professional diver, a drummer. I mean, he's a Renaissance man.
So, I'm aware of a lot of the stuff that he does. I didn't know about the the diving bit, but
yeah, deep sea diving.
Deep sea underwater welding. I didn't know. I was doing that this morning, man. What a coincidence.
Seth is dying right now. Seth is a welder.
Are you?
Yeah, he just got his welder's license, and he's going for more licenses. I guess you have a level of licensing that you do as a welder, and he's. I told him, I said, do the underwater stuff. Go for it.
Yeah.
You live in Keensburg. Go for it. You're practically in the water already.
Man, that shit's dangerous, and I got a fear of drowning, dude. There is no way.
Is it dangerous?
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Why?
Why?
A whole lot of things. You got to take propane tanks down there and stuff, I'm guessing.
Propane and oxygen. Right?
Yeah, right. What could go wrong?
This is a good mix.
Underwater,
they're compatible,
and you got an oxygen tank. So there you go,
man. Yeah,
and fire, high, like 1,000-degree fire, yeah. Or 5,000.
Did I mention the part underwater?
Underwater with 5,000 degrees. How do they do that? How do you weld underwater, man? That's crazy.
It's just electricity, man. That's all it is.
Oh, it's electricity then.
It's just, you just run electricity through a rod, and you think it's stupid because water conducts electricity, right? But no, when you make contact, it grounds it, and you make the connection, and then there you go.
Oh, so it's not a flame. It's not an actual flame. It's just connection of electricity. Oh.
The heat is electricity, I guess. The electricity conducts the heat.
You can get electrocuted probably easy doing that too then. Electrocuted? Oh, jeez.
Underwater?
Underwater electrocution.
Never heard of that happening, but
no? Okay.
No.
I'm ignorant to this. Seth
you're insulated by the suit as well.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some sort of installations.
Okay, you're wearing gloves, you're wearing all that stuff, so yeah, I guess you're good. Okay, I'm watching Seth and his journey right now, and he's impressed me with his journey so far of of just going for it. He just jumped in and started doing welding, and he's doing really well. And he's our one fan. He's probably the one person watching us right now.
He said the one person watching that.
He is.
Hey. Well, good luck, Seth, with your welding, man. Hey, listen, I welded for Caterpillar, man, and I was a diesel mechanic as well. But man, welding's fun, man, and you make a lot of good money.
He says you have to be in really good shape, and you can't smoke for underwater welding. You can't smoke. Well, not during welding. When you get done, you could smoke, right? Or no?
It depends on who you are. Like if you're Clint Eastwood, you could totally probably smoke in your mask while you're doing it underwater. But like normal people, probably not. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I wouldn't do that job unless you could force feed like marijuana smoke into the suit while I did it, because that's the only way I could probably be calm enough. And there's no way.
Well, yeah. Instead of an oxygen tank, they have the hose. Like the old days, they give you a hose.
Snorkel. Oh, you're talking about the oxygen line, yeah.
The line, and you just run the line in. Once in a while, you throw a couple of hits of smoke in there, a couple of vapes.
Oh, that'd be cool as shit, dude.
Yeah, you could do that. Seth?
Get the grav bong going with the ocean water.
Grav bong in the ocean water.
What? That's some real SpongeBob shit right there, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I
wonder if anybody has yet to smoke weed in space. That's what I want to
know. Yeah, that'd be some cool stuff. Just roll up.
Yeah, but they got this thing with fire in space, though. So
I just saw the guy washing himself with water. Did you see that today? He was taking water and washing his head in space, and it was just like a glob, like just globbing onto his head. It was weird looking.
Have you ever seen water in space?
Yeah, it was weird. It's just a glob. It's like a glob.
No. I mean, no. This is going to sound crazy. You can YouTube this. I don't know. Maybe they took the video down, but it's called Water in Space. It's a ground communication between a Russian cosmonaut and their ground control, and the guys outside working on the space station or whatever, some bullshit. And it's crazy because you wonder how they get some of these camera angles, number one. And then number two, you're looking at the front of the guy's mask and you see a couple of little bubbles rise up above his mask like they're escaping a pool. It's called Bubbles in Space. I'm telling you, check it out. It's the strangest shit you'll ever see. Like the guy that drowned in his mask in space. I don't know how that could possibly happen, but I don't know. Some of the space stories I'm not too believing of, man.
Wait, a Russian cosmonaut died in space like that? Is that what we're talking about?
No. Well, a Russian cosmonaut apparently drowned in his mask in space.
In space? Is that really?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know how it's possible.
Because I mean,
then, like I said, what's that?
Well, we lost a few Americans in space. We lost the Challenger, right, and a couple of flights crashed on us. But and they killed a few monkeys. Russia killed a few monkeys, I think, too. Actually, I remember.
Did we?
We probably did too.
We probably most likely did. No doubt.
Stuff. Area 57, whatever it's called.
We kill each other, man. We have our own experiments for our own species, man. And some of it's pretty bad too.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Let me send Seth the StreamYard link. Hold on, Seth. I'm gonna put on I'm gonna do Facebook. I'm gonna find you on Facebook. Hold on. All right. I'm sending it to you on Facebook. Here it comes. Don't congratulate me. I send the link and it's got the award on it, and everybody's like, congratulations. Like, that was a year ago, bro. It was a year ago. But thank you. Thanks. Appreciate it.
What is it?
It's my I put my award as the cover page, and so sometimes
Oh, I don't have Facebook. Okay, so
yeah, sometimes when you see the video link, you'll see that for some reason instead of the actual video. Sometimes you'll see both. You'll see either. All right, so Seth is going to join us here, and he's going to tell us about underwater welding because I think he's going to go for it. If I know him, just zap it, zap. Bzz. Wish we had some sound effects. I guess it would be dangerous.
For the last time, no.
Oh, we can ask questions too. We have a what's that called? What is that thing over there?
The 420 magic ball.
420 magic ball. So if you have any questions, we have the magic.
See through the haze.
Okay, we have answers to your questions. So anybody who has a question out there, we have answers. You have a question?
Will I win my case?
Here, ask a question. Go ahead, dude. Ask us any question, a stupid question.
Let's see.
Do you have to take it out of that box?
Should I?
Yeah, maybe take it out of the box.
I
I don't know.
You do.
I don't know where that came from.
Me neither. I just saw it.
It just showed up one day, and it's a 420. It's the magic ball. Okay, we have a question. All right, I'll ask a question. Should we smoke another joint or should we do a dab? I'll ask you. Should we do a joint? All right. Should we smoke a joint? How's that? Simple question.
Dude, no.
Dude, no. I'm gonna do a dab then. All right.
I'm all about it.
All right, dab time. It's dab time then, fellas. Dab
Let's
it up.
point to yes.
Really?
If
Yeah,
only you could blow it through the phone. Oh, Bird. Oh, man. Come on, Bird. Stupid.
Seth, do I have to send you the link on here, or do I sent you on Facebook? Oh shit! I sent you the YouTube link. Oh, I'm sorry, Seth.
Neither.
I sent them the wrong link. Ah,
He did it purposely, Seth.
I did.
Don't believe him.
I did. I've done that before. Ugh.
Come on.
There you go. Sorry, I'm a little stoned.
Yeah, I just did the 420 ball and it said buzzkill.
Ah.
Such a buzzkill, Lefty.
All right, here. All right, I'm sorry. Sorry, Seth. I ruined it. I ruined the moment. Leave it to me. Wait and laugh. Wait and laugh at Lefty. That's always the deal. You don't. Never mind. I try hard. Hey, look! I found a joint.
Oh shit!
What the fuck? There's weed all over the table here. Look, there's weed here. There's weed. There's a pile of weed.
I was gonna ask you what's going on over
There's
here.
piles of weed all over the street.
And you know what's funny? Bongholio's on the ground in the middle of the road. The ambulance crash looked like he got dropped.
Here, look, here. I'll tell you. Here, look, this is what we're looking at here.
Bongholio's here. You want to do mine?
Yeah, here. I'll turn your camera on. Try that camera. There you go.
So there's like nugs all over the road over here.
It's weed everywhere.
Coming from over here, and then you got the scene right here, Bongholio. You got the ambulance crashed onto the sidewalk or something.
Yeah.
The post office trying to get his weed. Yeah.
Is that like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood on weed.
Weed edition.
That's awesome.
The weed edition. Seth, I sent it. Seth, he didn't see it. He didn't see it. All right, Seth, I'm gonna send it to you here.
I think Seth is over your BS.
I think he gave up. I did, Seth. I did. I don't want to put it here in the public forum, but I
You
will.
shouldn't.
Well, anybody can join, but they can only join once.
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
So, all right. So here, I'll put it right here, Seth. There it is. There you go, man. I'll make it easy for you. He's probably sitting there joining up right now. It's a process. There's a few things you gotta do. It's not that easy. It's like a Zoom call. So you could be a Zoom bomber. You could be a stream bomber. They accused us of Zoom bombing last year. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking we got to do a Team Across recap. We had a very busy year.
It's been one of those years.
Well, the past 2 years have been very busy for us. We've been very active, and well, even through the pandemic, we were very. We were really that gave us a lot to.
You want to go to the post office with us, South Amboy? I'm going to set up a ramp and use the ramp.
When are you guys going?
Next week sometime.
What's up,
Yo.
guys?
What's
Yo,
up,
what's
dude?
up, Seth?
I made it. What's up, the dude? How are
How
you?
you doing, bro?
I'm all right.
Where are we here?
Set my phone up a little better.
Here we go. There we go. Yes, so we start talking underwater welding, and I'm like, well, I'm sure Seth is like right there. He's listening. He's like, oh, he just perked up.
Yeah, I've only looked into a little bit of that. You have to be really healthy, like an athlete, basically.
Well, they say that, but
And then there's a school you can go to. It's like these tanks that you go in and you would practice underwater.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then even when you're like welding on a boat or something, there's guys that are above with like cameras and they're watching you and telling you like what to do and stuff.
Oh, no technology now. That's a good technology. It's changed.
Yeah. So
You have to get like a scuba license or something.
I would think so. I haven't looked much into it, but I would think you would have to.
I only ever knew one person that did it. It was a chick too, and I think she was only about 20-something years old. But she was going to school somewhere on the West Coast to do it, and yeah, she was telling me about some of the requirements. And yeah, I don't know, man. That just sounds entirely too dangerous for me, man. I can weld, but I ain't going underwater to do it. No way.
Yeah.
I'm sure they pay a pretty penny.
Oh yeah, big bucks.
So, Seth, there's no flame underwater, right? It's just an electric, like spark.
It's an arc, they call
Arc.
it.
Okay.
Have you considered high wire welding?
What was it?
Well, there she goes.
The bird.
Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, I have a 1G certification which is the base certification for welding. So basically now I'm looking for a job, and then when I get the job, if there's other positions that require like welding overhead or vertical or horizontal, once I start getting good at them, I can go take the next certification test. And then that will like open up more doors to different jobs if I wanted to, or better pay.
Getting a union. Oh, did we lose him?
I would like to do that, but they all drug test and they're all drug-free work zones. So even though I have a medical card, since it's still federally illegal, I can't get into them. I would have to quit smoking. I really enjoy it. So it's
Well, just
like,
get good at taking drug tests, dude. That's what I did.
yeah, but I don't want to live in that like fear of possibly losing a good job if I get in it, you know?
Well, you don't. I mean, really, dude. I'm telling you, there's so many ways around that. I'll put it to you like this: if I don't care what job I have, I'm not going to do it without smoking. That's for starters. So whatever job I were to take, I'm going to figure out how I can have that job and smoke. And that's what I did at Caterpillar. There's no question about it. I can't be working on them big machines, not being stoned. I mean, that's how I think. So, dude, I had it worked out. I mean, I always had a pissinator in my locker. Dude, I always had some shit lined up to where I mean, if they called me out on a moment's notice, man, I'm there. Oh, let's go. Let's do it. I mean, but I'm not going to stop smoking for no damn job. Am I going to show up blasted out of my freaking head if I don't have nothing that important to do? But I'm a squared away person. Not exactly the kind of job you want to be doing stoned anyway, I would think. But
Yeah,
I was asking you, what's that?
it wouldn't even be like I would be going to work smoking joints, you know?
Oh, I know. Yeah, dude, it's like I said, all you need is a little way to dude, I'll tell you what, a Visine bottle works every time.
Oh, to put it in. Yeah.
And then you stick it between your balls and your leg, and it keeps it at temperature. You walk into the thing, boom, nobody's watching, and it even sounds like you're pissing. So, yeah, there's all kinds of ways.
I had the idea maybe of stopping smoking for like a month or two just to get in to like the union, and then I'd be
like 3 months, really 3 months. I had pot in my system after 70 days. That's how I lost my workers' comp.
It's gonna take a while to get out of me. I know that.
Well, that's why you're playing roulette with it either way.
Yeah. And it's funny, but not funny. Like, I know people with some pretty good jobs, and they can't smoke, but yet they're looking to go out and drink after work.
That's the same thing with CDL drivers as well. They can't smoke, but they'll drink their ass off.
I'm not
it's
really
legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not really a drinker, so I wouldn't want to switch it up for that.
Well, like I said, man, dude, there's all kinds of ways around it. You just got to get creative. The most important thing is getting into the union and passing the first drug test. After that, you ain't going to have to worry about nothing for a while, dude. I was union. I ruined a guy's $40,000 Mac toolbox with an excavator. Okay, literally, I smashed this guy's toolbox in with an excavator. And I mean, I could say it wasn't my fault, but it was. A machine showed up at our shop. You know what an excavator is, and we consider what we call Mexicanized. It had graffiti all over it. They had reversed all the controls, and Mexican construction workers love to do that. They like to take the controls from one thing and swap it out from another, so it changes everything. Well, I got in to move the machine, and I was sticking out, and I was sticking in the wrong direction. And I put the stick right through the guy's toolbox. I mean, tore it through it like a tin can. And I didn't even get so much as a drug test. That was 3 days before I went 90, and I went union. So believe me, it takes a lot for them to even attempt to drug test you. They don't want to drug test you.
That's what I was thinking too. Like, once I got past that first drug test, as long as I don't come in to work all messed up and like showing suspicion, there would be no reason to test me again.
And there probably won't. I mean, but just in case, like I said, you don't even need to get somebody else's stuff. You can get it online in powdered form. You just put water to it, put it at temperature, and you're good to go. It doesn't even go bad.
Those ones really work. I remember years ago somebody tried it was like the drink that you have to drink the whole thing and then fill it with water and then drink that. And
that's a myth.
They went for a urine test and they failed it.
Well, that's a myth. That's a total myth. I can't figure out how to turn this damn thing down. It's like no matter where I go in the house, something's loud or there's a bird or something. No, if you try to do it naturally, it won't work. I mean, not unless you just smoked one or two times, and you got at least maybe 2 weeks under your belt. Then you got a shot. But like I said, it's like I tell everybody else that goes for a drug test. They go, "I'm going to stop smoking because I got this real big job interview coming up." And I go, "Are you sure you're going to have it out of your system by then?" "Oh, yeah, okay." Well, then they don't get the job, and then they wonder why. So, I mean, listen, don't stop smoking because it'll keep you in practice. That's my opinion. I never stopped smoking. Just have somebody meet you at the place, piss in a bottle if you want to do it for free, and walk in. My best friend got me the job. So, what do you, yeah. But like I said, there's all kinds of ways around that. And after you become union, of which is pretty much everybody's about 90 days, then you're good to go. The only time you're going to get a drug test is unless you screw something up.
Yeah.
And even then most of the time you got a little bit of a heads up. They'll try to give you a heads up. So.
Got some options.
Oh yeah.
How old does the pee have to be? Can it be a day old? Fresh pee?
Like I said, if you use someone else's urine, then you got to refrigerate it.
Has to be refrigerated for how long? Can you refrigerate pee for?
Well, I mean, you don't want it to go out for too long because it starts diluting it, or it starts to lose its potency because they're only looking for 4 things in urine. But any one of those numbers starts to go off a little bit, it makes it look funny. So, but dude, I'm telling you, just order the powdered stuff and it works fine. You pour the powdered, I'm not talking about the stuff that you drink. I'm talking about just powdered piss.
I'll look into it.
Is that what it's called? Powdered piss?
Powdered piss.
Or you can buy it in liquid form. You could just buy a bottle of piss.
A bottle of powdered piss. Wait, what? Can we Google powder piss? Powder piss, please. Can someone Google powder piss? Oh my god.
Or just piss to pass a drug test. It's in a bottle. You can get it at the tobacco shop around the corner from my house.
Piss powder. Powder piss.
I remember years ago I needed someone to piss for me. And they held it for like a couple days. And then when I got into the doctor's office and opened the bottle, it stunk. I'm like, this motherfucker.
It was what? What was it?
They gave me old pee. And when I got to the doctors and opened the cup, it stunk. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
That's foul, bro. I tried to yank one by spraying Febreze in it one time, and that did not work. Yeah. It smelled good, but it didn't work. So, yeah, man, I found all kinds of ways of getting around drug tests, but yeah, getting off a pot, period, doesn't always ensure you're going to get it because any level is going to fail you.
So they make powdered pee by using dehydrated natural human pee?
I would have look. I don't know the science behind it. I just know that the shit works.
Yes.
I know people that have used the liquid form of it.
Yes.
And,
unlike synthetic urine that is delivered pre-mixed, powdered urine is actually 100% natural human urine that has undergone mass dehydration. Yeah.
Of which means that everything that's in it stays the way that it is until you put water to it.
Yeah, the problem with fake urine is that it must accurately mimic the color and smell of real urine to pass various drug tests.
And that ain't hard to do neither, because I'm going to tell you, these people that work at these lab cores and shit, they don't care. Man, so long as they put the temperature strip in there and it reads 94 or above, they don't care.
I never knew about powdered urine.
And you know what I'm just seeing right now? Urine can in fact be used to manufacture of is used in the manufacture of gunpowder.
Huh?
Yeah, and it's historically been a very important source of one of the crucial ingredients in gunpowder.
Did not
Wow.
know that.
I didn't either.
That's great. Explosive urine.
That's what you call pissing somebody off.
Maybe
Damn.
I've heard of explosive diarrhea, but that's explosive urine.
that's where the expression comes from.
Yeah. I have explosive urine.
No,
Oh, diarrhea?
no, pissing somebody off.
Well, I found out, this is like off topic, but the expression sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite, that was because back in the day the beds were made of like hay. So you would have to like tie it tight, so I guess it would stay firm. And I guess the beds had bed bugs in them or bugs or something.
Yeah, that sounds legit.
Off topic.
No, not really, because those bugs would crawl inside your butthole and give you diarrhea. So it's actually a related topic.
That's a thing.
Yeah, people used to get sick back in the day from that.
Man, there's bugs that crawl in your butthole.
Yeah, there's called Google casing rambu.
No, I'm gonna take your word on that, bro. But it's cool.
It's butt worms.
This piss stuff already blew my mind. I'm good.
All right, for you at home, Google casing rambu. CACINGRAMBU, and it's butt worms. And there's people that have like literally butt worms hanging out of their butt.
Yeah. At first, I thought you were kidding, but
No,
you're
Google
serious.
Yeah,
Google-
now I thought so too. I was like,
Google
man, he's totally bullshitting, man.
No,
There's
Google casing rambu. I know this shit. Get it?
I don't even want to.
Yeah,
know
no,
why.
I get that. I go.
don't.
No, it's burned into my brain for like the last 50 years of my life. This stuff.
I
Once
just
you
found
see-
out where shit came from. No, literally the word shit.
What? Really? What do you mean?
Because everybody calls it like a cuss word, but it's not a cuss word. It's an acronym. It means it's from like people on ships, and they would literally. And I just found this out the other night. They would take, because like nothing fucking grew over here, right? So like when the pilgrims and shit came, so they would purposely send over ships with shit on the bottom of the ship. I mean, it sounds like a really fucked up, what do you call it? Tongue
Wait.
twister, but
Shit
yeah,
on
they
the
would
ship?
line the bottom of the ship with shit. And when they got over here, they would put it on the ground to plant their vegetables and stuff. But the reason why, because they started putting it in containers, because once the shit gets wet, and it stood for something held in, I forget what the fucking T stands for, but yeah,
Toilet.
it's an acronym.
Wait a minute.
But
They
it
would
literally
save the
stands
shit.
for shit.
They saved the shit. I thought there was shit over the into water. They don't shit in the water. They would save shit on the boats.
Yes, they on the bottom of the boat. They would take human shit or cow manure.
I didn't
Cow
know this.
manure and shit. Yeah.
Oh,
Yep. So they could grow vegetables.
they weren't very sanitary back then. In the castles, when you had to pee in a castle, you would just go pee in a corner of a castle.
Yeah, you just went wherever you wanted to.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Really? Yeah. Nobody understood the hygiene back then.
Hygiene.
Hygiene or
I don't even think that existed back then.
couth? I don't know
No,
what
it didn't. That was where
No.
John Crapper came in.
John Crapper. Thank you, John Crapper.
That's how
Well,
we
back
get
in-
the crapper, man. That's why they call it the crapper.
Well, back in the Roman days, there used to be a sponge, and like when we would shit together in a room, I would like hand you my shit sponge to use, and we would share shit. Right? Am I wrong? They would share the shit sponge on a stick, right?
You guys don't still do that? That's like
Yeah,
a regular thing here in our house.
Come on. I mean, they have a shit knife. You used to cut your turds in half with a knife. There used to be a toilet knife. Yeah, there was a toilet knife.
I think they still have them.
They still have them, right? You could Google that too. Google that too. Google's your friend. A toilet knife, a shit knife.
That's crazy.
Now, what is that supposed to be?
A shit knife. It's a thing.
If the turd's too big, you could like chop it up, I guess.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh wow.
Did not think of it that way.
I seen another one. Someone like made these two metal rollers.
Can you just imagine walking in and seeing my son just using a shit knife in the toilet? Like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm chopping up shit.
yeah, really. Like, I'm playing with my shit.
Trying to cut it off. Maybe, maybe it's hanging just hanging for too long. You just want to cut it.
My son has a problem where he clogs the toilet a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's why I say that.
Because a lot of shit or just big shit.
It's just big. I don't know.
Or is he putting stuff down the toilet?
No. It's just shit.
A lot of paper, maybe a lot of paper.
No,
just shit. Just shit.
Yeah,
just shit.
Just shit.
How you feel,
dude? I mean, he's big, but like,
well, I mean, you take shits in the same toilet, so
I'm pretty much pretty good.
I'm sure you may take some monster loads, bro.
Yeah, bro, but like, dude, this kid is turning 7 in February. Like,
he's a pretty big kid.
Yeah, surprise.
He eats a lot.
Yeah, he does. He likes eating.
Nothing wrong with that. That's healthy.
Yeah. He runs around a lot too. So.
Oh, so
it's
he's got
when
a high
you stop taking
metabolism.
big shits.
Yeah. It's good to take big shits. It's healthy.
Yeah, it's healthy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially big long ones, the ones that curl the bowl,
those
big logs.
You remember that episode of South Park where Stan's dad competed with Bono for the world's largest turd?
I think so.
Oh,
dude, that was
familiar.
It was the shit. Dude.
I have to Google I'm gonna write that down for later.
Oh man.
South Park biggest turd.
Hey, I got a good Biden joke for you guys. All right. So listen, Biden walks into the bank, right? And he goes up to the teller and he says, I need to get $100 out in cash. And the bank teller says, well, I'm going to need some ID for that. He goes, well, you're not going to believe this, but I lost my wallet and my phone and everything. She says, well, I'm sorry, sir, but I'm still going to need some ID for that. He says, well, don't you know who I am? I'm the president. She says, I understand, sir, but you're still going to have to produce some ID. She says, I'll give you an example. Tiger Woods came in last week and he had the same problem, lost all of his stuff. And I told him the same thing. He said, well, if I got to prove I'm Tiger Woods, he said, if I hit this ball from the door and make it into your coffee cup, that'll prove that I'm Tiger Woods, right? And she said, yeah, that'll do. So he does. And she gives him the money. And then Biden goes, well, I understand all that. But man, listen, I'm clueless. I don't understand how I'm going to prove to you I'm the president. She said, how would you like that? In small or large bills? Clueless.
I got that one.
I just heard that the other day. I thought that was the shit. Yeah, he's clueless anyway. So I don't know how much of a joke that is, but yeah.
And
I don't know why he hasn't passed a marijuana bill.
Well, his people won't do it. He has people. He has a bunch of people that's running the country. He doesn't run the country. You think he's running the country? No. Come on.
Fuck no.
He's got people.
Well, presidents don't run the country. They never have. So
yeah,
they're just puppets.
Yeah, he's less than he's. I don't even know what to say, but every time I see a video of him, it's like I think he's joking. I think he's faking senility. I think he's faking dementia. I think it's the greatest thing ever because he goes backstage later, he laughs. Ha ha ha! Look what I did today. I looked like
there's no way in hell. There's no way.
You can't play that, huh? You can't fake that.
No, hell no. No, just like Trump couldn't fake the dumb shit that he did. When you start talking about Frederick Douglass,
doing the same thing. Hey, watch the dumb shit I say today. Watch this, and he goes out there and says some dumb shit.
Yeah, but I couldn't stand him either, but at least he made it look cool. Yes, I said some dumb shit. I admit it. Let's move on. But dude, Biden falls into the trap every time. He gets all apologetic and shit. And Trump's like, yeah, I was talking about Frederick Douglass last week, like he's still alive. No problem. What's the big deal? In his head, there's a guy alive named Frederick Douglass who's doing a good job. But I mean,
there is. Prove him wrong.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I'm voting Libertarian this year, or Green Party, or whoever the guy is. I'm voting third party again. I'm never voting for a Democrat or Republican again, ever.
I voted twice in my life for a president, and I'll never vote again because that asshole sent me to a desert. And I'm like, nope, not falling for that ever again. So, no. Fool me once, and that's all you get.
Who sent you to the desert?
Bush.
Oh.
Fucking clown.
Yeah. Yeah, with the weapons of mass destruction.
I thought I wish it would have been weed of mass destruction, dude, because we could have done some damage if we'd have just been passing out joints to people. Dude. Really?
Dude, it was Cheney that sent you. Bush had nothing to do with it. It was Cheney. Cheney ran the country.
Nah, it was Bush.
Oh, fucking no doubt. There's no doubt about it.
Like Bush too. Try to finish off what his father wanted to.
Well, yeah, sure. He was down. He was down for the plan. But Cheney was like the man behind the scenes doing everything. Everything. I knew that before the movie came out too. That guy was scary. Just a scary dude. Cheney.
Sacha Baron Cohen just got him. He made a show a couple of years back called "Who Is America," and man, I'm telling, he got Dick Cheney good. He actually got Dick Cheney to brag about inventing waterboarding and how it's not called torture and it's called enhanced interrogation.
Wow.
Look,
yeah.
Sacha Baron Cohen got him to autograph a 1-gallon milk jug that he calls his waterboard jug. He got Dick Cheney to autograph it for him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's called Who Is America? It's on Showtime.
It's funny.
Bro. Yeah. But then they cut the show off when they tried to get Palin. Palin cut the whole show off because they got her, and then she, I think, threatened to sue them if they released it. So, yeah.
What was the name of that movie? Was it called Vice? I think it was called Vice. With the what's his name? He's a really good actor. I forget his name. It was a movie about Cheney.
Oh yeah. New one.
Shit, Batman. Fucking Batman. Christian Bale.
It was called
Christian
Vice.
Bale, yeah.
Christian Bale. It was called Vice. And I think he gained like 50 pounds for the role. He looked just like Cheney. And it was a great movie.
Oh, he played it perfect.
At the beginning.
It's good. It's worth a watch.
I bought it. It was excellent.
Yeah, it was a good shit. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I just watched Gettysburg last night. 4-hour Gettysburg movie. Woof. That was rough.
Wow. 4 hours?
Yeah, it's 4 hours. Jeff Daniels is in it, and oh yeah.
God damn, 4 hours though, man. Wow.
Gettysburg.
That's a marathon.
That is a marathon. You sit there, a couple of bong hits, a couple of dabs, take a shower in between, maybe halftime. I don't know. Take a shit, get some food. I don't know.
We've talked a lot about shit tonight. I know that.
Well,
Yeah.
We have covered shit.
We all shit. We all eat.
We have covered some shit tonight, man. No doubt.
A whole lot of shit.
There's a lot of shit going on.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I just
Such a
cleaned
cool
the cat
word.
box. No, I just cleaned the cat box out, and as soon as I put the litter in there, Mo jumps in the cat box and rolls around in it. So I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Have you ever
Just to
noticed
piss you off.
when you're done cleaning the litter box, they usually like use it right away? It's like
Well,
I just cleaned it.
Yeah, he rolls around in it first. It's kind of gross because there's still like sediment, maybe like little specks of
Yeah.
shit in there or whatever. Who knows? I don't clean it out totally. I mean, I just dump it out and put a new batch of sand in there.
My bird shits in her water and then climbs right down the thing and takes a drink. And I'm like, does that flavor the water or something? Or,
Wait. The bird shits in the water, then oh no.
That's great.
Is that normal?
Dude, I swear, man, she's a different kind of different, man. But I'll give her a fresh bowl of water and she'll shit in it and then go take a drink out of it. Because I'm like, look, I'm not going to change your water every time you shit in it. But she doesn't care. So I'm like, whatever, man. Cool.
She's literally a dinosaur. So
she is, no doubt. She survived everything on the planet right up there with cockroaches. So
yeah. You know that female rabbits shit all over the place, and then they eat it like it's part of their diet.
No,
I didn't know they ate it, but
they ate it, and it's part of their diet to attract the males or something. I don't know what the hell is going on, but something with the eating of the shit with the rabbits. It's normal.
I found out that elephants like to get drunk, though. I just found that out about a week ago. They walk around looking for rotten fruit, and they purposely chew it up because it makes them fucked up. So elephants like to get drunk. That's cool. Everything on the planet likes to get fucked up somehow,
Yeah,
dude.
I forgot what else. Chimpanzees do something. I think deer eat this certain plant that makes them feel something. Like, I feel like there's like every animal that consumes one or the other to get high.
Dolphins good.
Yeah, dolphins. Right?
Dolphins with the puffer fish. I think they torture poor puffer fish.
Man, I would love to get a dolphin high, man. That would be cool as fuck. I know my bird likes it, no doubt. Every time I take a dab, man, she right up to the edge of the bed. She's like, "Yup, I'm ready. Let's go."
You said the magic word, dab.
It's dab time.
Word of the day. That is the word of the day. Is dab. Hey, kids at home. No, sorry, not no kids.
Shit.
Adults. The word of the day is shit and dab.
And dabs.
Shits and dabs.
No shitty dabs.
No shitty dabs is right. What's a shitty dab? I never had a shitty dab.
Oh, I've had plenty.
I've had a couple of shit. Actually, yeah. Some people have no business making dabs. Somebody took regs and made dabs out of regs, and I thought that was great. Like, no.
Well, if you've never had wax before or dabs, then I guess it's the greatest thing in the world. But I mean,
better than regs, right?
Yeah.
Once you know into it, then you see.
Yeah, once you get the taste of the good shit, it's like, yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm not going back to that.
My friends pass me joints from time to time. They'll roll up and they'll pass it to me, and I'll go, "I'm good," and they'll go, "Oh, were you too good to smoke my shit?" And I'm like, "Yes, I am. I'm sorry, but I know what I smoke." Yeah. And I'm not going to just divert to mystery weed. Like when I ask them what it is, they'll go, I'll say, "Man, yeah, I'd like to hit it. What is it?" "Well, it's weed." "Well, what kind is it?" "It's weed." "Okay, man, good. I'm good. I'm fine. That's all right."
Yeah, with me, I noticed that a lot of Lefty, that sometimes like like my asthma will kick in if I smoke certain weed.
Yeah. I got you good with a dab before.
Yeah. That was because
we did
angry hit,
Angry hit. That's what it was called. Angry hit. Yeah. We kept dropping the ball. Both of us kept dropping the ball of wax, and we were getting frustrated because we both kept dropping him, and we both took angry hits.
So once we finally got the ball in, that's what she said. Then we I took a huge hit
just because of anger.
I was just like,
angry hit.
Yeah, and then I was coughing my lungs out,
and it was and then it was peaceful.
Well, that's because you're smoking dirt and hair and everything else along with the wax now because you kept dropping.
We checked. We checked for toenails and other quality.
Man, I've smoked everything. French fries and fucking, dude, you name it. I swear I've smoked it, dude.
Left smoke out of a hot dog.
Yeah, we smoked a hot dog.
Yeah, I've never done that. Holy shit. Wow. Okay.
Didn't you bring
That's
a drill
great.
with you and you drilled it?
Yeah,
while
we
you
drilled it. We drilled a hot dog out and smoked it.
That's fucking cool as shit, dude.
There's a video somewhere on Instagram or somewhere.
That's
TikTok.
great.
I don't know why we did that. We did that for a reason, and I don't even know why.
I don't even know.
Was just, we had stupid shit.
There was like a guy there too. He was like interested.
There was people laughing, watching us. Kids.
He was like, there was like a guy there, and there was people laughing. That was
children.
the reason why you did it, man.
Children there.
You said there was hot dog terps.
Hot dog turps.
Man. Oh man.
Something here.
The other thing I've been noticing is there's people that don't care what the strain is.
Yeah.
Well, they're just they're ignorant. They don't know any better.
I try to explain it to them, and they're like, "I don't care. I just want to smoke, so I'll just get a half of whatever."
You know, right?
And I'm like, "You don't care like what it's gonna taste like and how it's gonna affect you?"
Nope.
Yeah.
There's
They threatened to call the They wanted to call the nut hut on me at the VA one day, and I could not explain to them hard enough that it was the weed that I had smoked. I had taken all the wax that they had at the dispensary here was super lemon haze, and that's a hardcore sativa. Man, I don't like smoking sativas like that, and that shit gets you all ranty. And they thought I was having some kind of they thought I was on something else because I was smoking super lemon haze. I'm like, look, guys, drug test me. It's weed. It's just different weed. But yeah.
Marina says in April for the 420 event, is there going to be a contest of poop? They could win a couple of joints, but who will be taking pictures of the poop? This gives me PTSD because Wayne Barini used to send me pictures of his poop. He used to take shits and send it to me. He used to send me his pictures of his shit. He's a sick man. I don't know why he would do that to me. But for a year, he did that to me. I never did it back. I thought it was awful. He thought it was funny.
You know, it's funny because when I worked in Florida, I had my crew was a pretty cool crew. You know, we were pretty cool. We smoked. The funny part is that, you know, they would, all these people, one day I walked in a conversation, they're all talking about their shits and sharing pictures. Like in a circle.
What?
And I'm just like, I walk up and I'm smoking. I'm like, all right, well, you know, there's like the smoking circle. So I'm gonna walk in the smoking circle and, like, you know, go and talk about some cool shit. Definitely some cool shit.
Literally.
Yeah. And then just like, yeah, and then I get added to this chat, and now everybody's comparing their shits. Like, dude, look at this one that last night. Blah, blah.
No.
I had some Taco Bell and Pizza Hut, and and then one day I got so sick and tired. One day I was like, dude, I'm sending one to them, and then I'm leaving. and that's the only time I sent one. And then I was just like, I'm out of the game, guys. That's it. Mic drop. Yeah,
that's called it. Drop the mic. I'm out.
You can't, it's unsustainable. It's an unsustainable business model. That chat.
Yeah, no, it was shocked, and I'm like, and then you guys start thinking, I'm like, dude, is this normal? Like, do people really do this?
No.
Like, is this like a real thing?
No, it's awful.
And honestly, I think it's a real thing.
Oh.
I think it's a real.
It is
to some people.
To a lot of people.
I know. And look, poor Kelly jumps into here, and we have. This is what she said. This is what she jumps into.
Welcome to the shit show.
Sorry, jumping into the shit show. Marina, you started it. Marina, that was your idea for the contest of poop, and I brought it up because you had a comment about pooping. So yeah, we'll all start taking pictures of each other's poop. That's great. No, I'm not doing that.
I used to tell my son after I went going, I'd say, Gabriel, hurry up, come over here and take a look at this before I flush it. He'd be running over.
You know the funny part is my son did that to me. And and you know how I was saying earlier how he clogs the toilet. Now, like when he takes a big shit, he goes, "Dad, I think you need the plunger this time again." And like, mind you, he's 6 years old, so he's telling me truthfully what he thinks is about to go down.
Dad, get the shit knife, Dad.
He's like, Dad, like, I don't want to flood your bathroom, Dad. And so
Yeah. He's a smart kid. He knows to show you before.
Yeah,
It's not my fault. Look, this is just shit.
Yeah,
Nothing but shit.
Because I always accuse them. I'm like, dude, like, just throw it in the garbage. Like, don't overload the toilet paper. He's like, Dad, I didn't. So like now, like to prove that he's not a liar, he always calls me. He's like, "Hey, Dad, you're gonna need the plunger." so I walk in there. He doesn't even flush the toilet. He doesn't even flush the toilet. So the evidence is there. So it's great. It's so funny. It's great.
That's intelligence, man.
That's a good trick, though. What you have. You tell a kid, "Hey, come do this before I flush it." That's a good one.
Oh man.
Worst shit I ever took was West Long Branch bathroom, and the lady walked in on me. The cleaning lady walked in on me.
I think you told me about that.
I've been talking about this. I want to go back there. I think this is what she does intentionally, because she walked in the bathroom and then walked into the stall like it was hers. And clearly you could see my feet are in there. And she walked in on me, and it was very embarrassing because I was all spread eagled. I was all spread out like.
It's funny because you got walked in on it. You're embarrassed.
I was embarrassed because I looked weird because I had both of my legs out akimbo and my arms on the bars, and so I was all spread out. I was very comfortable. It was a very clean bathroom. Like, she did a good job cleaning. I felt very comfortable in there. And I was.
You should ask her for a hand, man. Dude.
I was spread it out. I was all spread out. She walked in and she saw everything. And it was just a weird thing to be all spread out like that. And she saw everything. And I'm like, sorry. And she said sorry. But then I'm like, wait a minute. She just walked in on me. Why am I apologizing for? But it was just weird because it was my body position was just like this.
Yeah.
It was a sight.
It was a sight to see. So I want to go back.
Can you hold this for me?
I want to go back with a camera and set her up because she probably does this all the time to men. I think she's a serial bathroom walking in on people person. Like, that's her thing. If this was a guy doing it to the women's room, he'd be fired. But because it's a female doing it to men, it's all good, and nobody's going to say nothing because guys are just like,
mistake.
Yeah, guys don't care. I care. I'm going to film her doing it to me. I'm going back there. West Long Branch, I'm coming.
I want to be there for that.
Let's do it.
We'll all pick a stall.
It's the best bathroom ever. It's the cleanest bathroom. It's really nice. Like, she's
that's
in there.
why she feels like she can walk in on you.
No, she didn't knock, no nothing.
That's her bathroom.
You got to knock. You got to knock. There was no knock. And I don't normally shit like that. I was just comfortable. For some reason, it was just bars, and I felt like my arms fit on the bars nicely, and I just felt comfortable being spread out like that. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. That's why I
picked the right day to be spread eagle.
It was just weird, and she just saw everything. Like, she saw everything. Like, I couldn't have been more. She couldn't have not. Like, she could have seen my butthole. Like, I was that spread out. I was literally spread out. Like, I could have been like in a magazine pose, like a hustler, split beef hustler pose. Like, I was literally spread that much. It was that bad. It was really bad. It was awful.
Wow, that belongs in a magazine for sure.
It was like,
just that shot right
awful.
there.
It was an awful position to be in, to be shitting like that. Like, sometimes I shit with my feet on the toilet, on the lid, because sometimes I'm in pain or whatever, and I don't feel where I'll shit where my legs or my knees are up in my chest, and I'll shit like that. Some people, it's a thing. It's
They
a thing.
have like a stool that you put your feet on so that your knees
Yeah.
are like bent up more.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a shit stool. I think.
Stool.
No, not not the shit stool. It's like a foot thing on the floor.
Stool.
Yeah, it's like a stool that lifts your feet up, so
Stool.
you get that
Stool with the stool knife.
Yeah, it's the stool. The stool.
Stool with the stool knife. Comes with a stool knife. That's great.
It comes as a kit.
Becomes.
It's the shit kit.
It's the shit kit.
Now, I was told to get a bidet. My friends told me, whoever has a bidet, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Jason swears by the bidet. He's convinced me I want a bidet with the warm water and everything. I want the whole shebang. I want to get toilet paper out of my life forever.
So you just never wipe, and I guess you use your finger to clean your butt?
Dude, listen, man, that shit is gross. I spent a whole year in a desert with them bidet things, and they're fucked up, bro. I'm not wiping my ass with my hand. I'm never going to do that. Okay? It's foul, bro. And then you got a big water jet squirting up your asshole. That is not cool. I mean, I could probably think of some other uses for a bidet, but definitely not that. Like, no. Toilet paper all day.
You don't like warm water spraying on your asshole?
Bro, I'm telling you, I tried that once, and because I was like, what the fuck? Where is everything at? And why is there 2 toilets in the bathroom? And okay. I didn't understand what it was at first, naturally, but then it was explained, of course, by a couple of female soldiers. They, of course, know what a bidet is. And so I'm like, okay, well, I tried it once, and no. We went to the thing to get toilet paper, and we weren't supposed to use toilet paper, but we didn't fucking care. We're from America, so we use toilet paper. So, but yeah, dude, don't get one. It's nasty. It's just gross. It's fuck that. No way.
Well, you have to wipe it. You still have to wipe then. Even with the bidet, you still have to wipe, right?
Well, I mean, not according to the Muslims, man. It's like, dude, they do their whole thing and then I guess wash their hands really well. But dude, imagine wiping your ass with your hand straight. It's like, how long does it take to wash that snow off of your hand?
Well, wait a minute. Nobody said that. Wait, we don't have to. No, I don't want to do that.
That's what you do.
I want water.
That's literally what you do.
I just want water in my butt. That's all I want. I want nothing else but water.
But you're still going to have to wind up wiping your ass. So what are you going to do? Switch back over to the toilet, then wipe again, and then.
I don't want to touch my butt after I shit. I just want to leave it alone. I want to clean it and leave it alone, like a shower. Like after I shower.
That's a way more expensive machine, and I'm sure that it has like moving arms in the bowl and stuff. But it's not just a bidet. You have to use your hand.
Wait a minute. Do I towel dry my butthole or not? I need to know this now. I don't even know. I never thought this through.
Maybe we should call Jason.
We should call Jason and ask him, do we towel dry the butthole?
Well, how do you properly wipe your ass? Or do you wipe your ass? You're going to have to do some sort of wiping.
There has to be a wipe involved.
Yeah, because unless it's crazy pressure.
Unless you just jet pressure in your asshole.
Well, yeah, jet pressure. That's
You're fine with jet pressure, hot water in your asshole.
Well, not hot water, like nice lukewarm.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel like
if you haven't done it, trust me, it's not worth it, man.
Do you put the water up your butt like an enema? Does the bidet go in your butt or just outside your butt?
I don't think it goes in your
It's outside your butt. It's not like there's a hose that goes up your ass, but still, at the same time, I can tell you, it's not water pressure enough to like. It's not like you're pressure washing your ass. So you're gonna have to wipe. I'm telling you. And the only thing that they use to do that with, you're not gonna find their toilet paper. It's your hand. That's it. And they only wipe their ass with their right hand. That's why they only shake your hand with their left.
Here, I'll ask the expert. Let me ask him.
How's that even possible, though? They're supposed to have clean hands, feet, and everything when they pray or they read the Quran.
Bro, I'm telling you, I've seen it.
That's
I
wild.
walked in on these jokers using the bathroom. I've seen them doing their business. They sit down, and as a matter of fact, they do the same thing with sitting on top of the toilet seat too. A lot of them do. They'll put their feet on the toilet seat, and then they get down and go over to the bidet. Yeah, it's weird.
Lefty is weird.
I want to know.
Lefty got questions.
I have questions now.
Hold on, I got you.
Is there any wiping involved with the bidet? Hey, why don't I just ask that question to Siri? Here. Hey, Siri.
Good evening.
Oh, Jason says no. Why not?
Ask him to call in if we can get him in.
We can get a bidet with a dryer.
Huh. I'm like skeptical with those air dryers in bathrooms because I think they refilter like poop particles and blow it back onto your hands.
They do.
Yeah, I don't. Since I learned that years ago, I don't. I'll use like a paper towel or just air dry.
Okay, Jason has the really top-notch model that air dries your butthole. It's got an air dryer, a butthole dryer, so you don't have to towel dry your butthole. I guess. I would, but he says you don't have to do that anyway. So what do you just drip dry? You drip dry your butthole?
I mean, it's not like that much landscape on your body, so I can't imagine it taking that long. So, you know.
How long? I don't want to sit there for too much longer. I'm done. I want to get up. I'm if I'm at the point where I'm cleaning my butthole with water, I'm done. I don't want to sit there anymore. I want to get up.
So you're gonna wipe with something.
I feel like I need to wipe something. I feel like I need a wipe. Here, we'll ask Jason.
Here.
Hi, Jason.
What's up, Jason?
Jason, let's go on, buddy. We're having a conversation about bidets, and I'm thinking about getting one.
Yo, look, let me put it this way. Anyone who doesn't use a bidet is a filthy fucking mongrel walking around with a shitty toilet papered asshole all fucking day. I don't understand how you people even fucking exist with your shitty assholes. What was the question, though?
I shit once in the morning and then shower. And that's.
I mean, that's just, it's like a bidet, but with extra work.
I'm Americanese, man. Toilet paper, bro. That's it.
No, so I spent $500 on a bidet toilet seat that has a heated seat, which honestly, dude, like when I have to sit on somebody else's toilet, I'm fucking disappointed. It's like, oh fuck, it's gonna be cold. Like, never have to worry about that. I also have like the heated water, and it has like a bunch of different options on like how hard you want it to go, or like if you want the wiggle waggle or just the waggle. And it also has like a
Whoa, wait. What? There's a wiggle waggle.
Sometimes you want the wiggle, sometimes you want the waggle, sometimes you get the wiggle and the waggle, which is called the wiggle waggle. It's two separate functions. The wiggle is back and forth, and the waggle is up and down. These are technical bidet terms, I think.
Mm-hmm. I got you. It's
Okay.
a pattern. It's a pattern that goes around your butthole. Okay. And what do you use? Do you use the both or just a wiggle?
Oh, I wiggle and I waggle.
Okay.
But so there's also so there's two different like hardnesses, and I didn't realize the difference. There's like the regular just clean you, and then there's the like, hey, you want to stimulate a poop. There's one of those too. So it like gets up in there, but I hurt myself a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, it was too hard. You know, Adam was at our buddy's house, and like he's like, Jay always talks about, the bidet, and they have a bidet. I'm going to use theirs, and like, not every butthole is the same. Some buttholes are more tender than others. So like he used somebody else's setting and got fucking wrecked.
Oh,
The damage.
oh.
You got to wonder what
Lefty
that guy's
called-
up to. That setting is too much for him and not for the other guy. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Why is
Yeah,
that setting
well-
so high?
Like, seriously.
You don't need it that high, bro.
Maybe.
I mean, yo, sometimes
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
What's that guy up to?
Sometimes no. So you use it like for, like, oh man, I can't poop, but I want to, like, or like I feel like I have to poop. You got to get. It gives you basically like a little bit of an enema where it like shoots a little bit of water up in you, and then within like a minute or two, it all comes back out.
Well, if you gape properly, I'm sure you can get any amount of water up your butt. You just gape.
Well, most people don't really have that as like an issue or like a worry. So like for me, it's just that little bit of water is fine.
I don't understand though. How do you not you towel dry? Like, I use a bidet.
Oh, right.
Let's get down to the wiping part. Like,
Yeah,
there's
so
no
you're
wiping.
How is it no wiping?
So if you buy a nice one, it has a dryer feature. So like me personally, I like to run it twice. So like it lasts for like 40 seconds or so. And you can choose how hot and how hard you want the air as well. I'm a medium hardness, full hot though. Same with my water. I'm a medium firm with full hotness. I like.
Let me write that down. Hold on.
Yeah. So like, you can get more. So the one that I got was $500, and I think it cost like $650 when it wasn't on sale. I got the BB 1800, which is the bio bidet, and the 1800 is their Bliss model. Which there's like two above it, but like one of them is Bluetooth, which I just think is unnecessary. Like I think that's where like if you're so heavy at reaching to the side, or like let's say you're handicapped and like turning and going down isn't an issue. You can spend $500 extra and get one that's Bluetooth, so you just have the remote in your hand. So there is a use for it. I personally didn't need it. And
It's a disability use. I get that. That's a good idea.
So like you can spend $11,000 and get the toilet too. Like the bio bidet makes an actual just whole toilet that I don't know what the fuck it does.
I don't think I want to know what it does. Man,
I feel like people can
cool attachments.
Insert penis here.
Most people can get away with the $200 one, which is very basic. It doesn't heat anything, but it has a dryer. Like that's I think the basic. But like honestly, like you can get a tushy. A tushy is like $60-$70, and like you basically like ratchet strap it to a toilet. Not literally, but like that's kind of the idea. And like it works. It works. It's a little difficult. You gotta kind of everybody's butthole is in a different spot. Everybody sits on the toilet differently.
How dare you?
Yeah, I know. Facts. So like
I don't have a butthole, so I mean I find that offensive.
Yeah, you're offending me right now.
I don't. Yeah. What about people without buttholes, man?
Yeah, I heard King Jong-un doesn't shit.
That's what I'm talking about. See,
like Kim Jong Un.
So like mine, you can like part of the like not only how hard do you want it, but where do you want it is settable on mine. Like you can set the y-axis on it. So like I still scoot back and forth a little bit to get like right in the right spot because like where you'll feel it. But with the tushy one, like it's just gonna shoot somewhere. So like it's hitting you in the back at first, and then you got to kind of square up on it and get it right to where you want it to be.
And I'm guessing that's where the wiggle waggle comes in.
Exactly. Well, the wiggle waggle, it cleans it because you're going like this and like this at the same time. So like this thing is working,
Okay, so the wiping. If I don't have one that dries my butthole, I would have to wipe with something, right?
If you don't wipe, you would essentially probably get like swamp ass or some kind of like rash. Like you don't want it to be wet. Like or
exactly. See, I knew that there was wiping, man. I told you there was wiping, dude.
It has to be wiping.
If you have a dryer, you don't need to wipe.
Okay, so the dryer. All right. All right.
I
So
still wash my hands out of habit, but I don't know how necessary it is at every time, because there are times where, like, literally I just sit down, I'm on my phone, beep boop bop, hit my 3 buttons, then hit the 1 button for dryer, get the right heat on there, and I'm done. Like, I never have to touch anything around. Like, I basically just shit in that one toilet. So you don't need to wipe. If you get a cheap one, you need to wipe. So the guy that talked me into getting one, so I knew someone that uses several bidets in their house, and like I was having problems from wiping. Like I have Crohn's disease, so like part of my stuff, like right now it's like super sensitive down there, and I was getting issues to where like I would have to basically like take a shower right after. Like I couldn't, like I was using the wet wipes for years, and that finally became like one of the chemicals, and I think is giving me like a rash or whatever. So I switched to having a bidet. But like now, like if I have to wipe myself like several times in a row, like days in a row, like about 3 days, and then it causes problems if I don't have water. So like even when I travel, I basically have to take a shower right after I shit, which isn't the most convenient.
Hey man, have you ever done construction?
Yeah, why?
Well, okay. I was working on a construction site one time, and we were about 50 miles from the closest store. We were framing a house, like the middle of nowhere, no plumbing, no nothing. I got to take a big shit. I'm only about 15 years old. My cousin tells me to cut off a couple of squares of Tyvek and take it with me into the woods. And well, just a quick note: don't ever wipe your ass with Tyvek. It looks like toilet paper because it's white and shit and everything else, but yeah, it's got fiberglass in it. And so ever since I've done that, I feel like I have a leather asshole, so it doesn't matter what I do. So, yeah, like you could probably take me to the self-serve car wash and hit me with the wand, and I'm gonna be good. Like,
Your ass with
that fiberglass is no joke, man.
wow, who told you to do that? Was it your cousin? You said?
Yeah, my cousin. Yeah, well, listen, it's just like how they do stuff in the military. I bet nobody's heard of the double decker. You guys are talking about bidets. We've had to take shits on other people's laps because there were no other spaces on the fucking bench. You know what a double decker is, right?
No, a double decker is when you have to shit on somebody's lap.
No, that's when
you have to go. Listen, you'll be out on the firing range, firing your M16s, and there's only one place to go to the bathroom, and it's only so big. They do this on purpose. Okay? So the bench is filled up. It's just a big, long wooden thing with a slot in it that you shit through. Okay? In a hut, basically, a long hut. So you have to take a shit, and the bench is full. What are you going to do? You sit on the guy's lap and you shit through his legs.
No, you don't do that.
That's a freaking double decker, dude. Because guess what? Uncle Sam doesn't give a fuck if you have to take a shit and you got to wait in line. You need to be back out on the range.
I'm not letting nobody sit on my lap and shit.
Bro, I'm telling you, when you see what Uncle Sam does to you, if you don't, you start thinking differently, man. Trust me.
I'm getting up, bro. I'm getting up. You can take the shitter. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting up.
All right. Well, you say that, and I'm okay.
And I'm shitting while I'm doing it. Oh,
I'm shitting while I'm doing it.
That's awful, man.
Wow, you must have some good aim. Getting it through the legs.
Well, as long as you bring toilet paper, see, that's where the advantage of toilet paper comes in. Because even if you don't have good aim, you can still wipe it off.
I mean, okay.
But I don't see anybody going to be doing no double decker on a goddamn bidet. That's for sure. Okay, so
the analogy that I use for people when we talk about like, why would I need a bidet, or why do I call them filthy mongrels for not using one? Like, okay, so let's say your dog takes a shit in the yard, fresh shit, and you step in it with brand new fucking shoes, and you come inside and like, oh man, I now stepped in shit. How do I clean this? And you're at my house or something, and I say to you, or I give you, I give you 6 squares. You know, I give you 6 squares of toilet paper and go, here, clean it off. Would you not be pissed off? But if you have that same thing in the bathroom, you're totally fine cleaning the shit off yourself.
I don't know. I guess it's just it's like, do you like the smell of your own shit? You certainly do over someone else's, right? So, you know, I guess it depends on whose shit we're talking about here. If it's my dog shit, yeah, you know, it's not my shit. So, but then again, I'm not going to shit on my own shoes. So,
but yeah, let's say you, for whatever reason, you shit on the floor and then stepped in it, you know, and you had to clean it off with toilet paper. Like, that would suck. Like, who would want that? You got to get in all them cracks and stuff. Like, your butthole is not a flat surface. There are cracks, crevices, folds. Some people got hooks and chutes and ladders.
But what's the other option?
God
like,
damn.
You use the sink, put the shoe in the sink.
A hose?
Use the hose.
Hose? What if it's winter? It's winter time. We're inside.
You don't have an indoor hose?
No, we don't. Do we?
Shower?
Yeah.
You could. I mean, I have. You have like
You're fouling a sink or a shower?
A clean sink. Like,
you're gonna foul something.
I clean shit in the clean sink. You know, that sink is not safe for food consumption.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So how did you get on the topic of bidets anyway?
We've been talking about shit for like an hour because
I was just gonna say we've been talking about shit.
We had a great conversation because, you know, Pat had his insurance covered by cannabis, his cannabis covered by insurance. So we had a great conversation, and then it just turn left. I don't know what happened. we had a great thing going here, and all of a sudden we went left. I don't know. This happens to us all the time.
Goddamn marijuana.
I'm the worst host ever. Sorry.
And then we start talking about sharing shit pics.
Yeah, shit sponge, shit pics. We got into shit pics.
Lefty, you should definitely get a bidet, and I definitely recommend Bio Bidet.
I want one. I want to shoot water up my butt. I really do.
That's one of the functions.
I want to know. I want to do that. That's what I want to. That's what I want to do.
Like, you know,
that's my main thing.
Like,
I'm interested in the wiggle waggle.
That's like the rape setting, though. Like, seriously, that's what it sounds like to me. It's like
it does sound
being raped by my toilet, man.
Look, it's enjoyable as long as you have the right pressure. The butthole massage, and then also it's a butthole massage that leaves you shit free after.
That sounds wonderful.
So it's a butthole that takes you out to dinner. It's a bidet that takes you out to dinner first, and then kind of eases you up to it.
I've never had a date give me a butthole massage, so it's a best date ever, right there.
8 left.
Yeah, I never had a butthole massage. Never. That's a thing in Japan, though. Scrotum massage in Japan. They do scrotum massage.
Lefty,
I wonder if a butthole massage here is like an actual thing that people do.
Yeah, I think you could do it. It was specialty.
Professional butthole massage.
Let's Google that. I'm going to Google that right now.
It's so stupid, man.
Anal massage. Oh, you're gonna find some crazy shit. It's probably not a good idea. You're probably gonna find some wild stuff.
What's the new back page?
Apple Music will
Oh shit! He said back page. No way.
Then it switched to something else. Like, I bet you could find butthole massages on there, Lefty.
Yeah, you probably find a cop showing up at your door too.
Hey Siri.
It's non-sexual.
Hello there.
Hey Siri, where do I get a butthole massage?
I'm learning so much today.
Hey Siri, where do I get a butthole massage? Damn it, Siri.
She doesn't even want to answer you, man. She's disappointed in your question.
She's trying to find it for herself, man. Siri wants a butthole massage.
Hey, Siri.
Thing.
Hey, Siri. Ah, shit. I'll have to type it in. Hey, Siri, you suck. She's right there. I see her. Hey, Siri.
Hello.
Hey, Siri, where do I get a butthole massage? Oh, I got to type this in. I hate you, Siri.
It does not compute.
I can tell. I'll find it on here. Where can I get a butthole massage?
Oh, man.
The Woodhouse Day Spa on Summit. Prostate massage for men. Meet Thor and Thomo.
What?
Body massage in Morris Plains.
There you go. That's not far from you, right, Lefty?
Butt massage New York. Buttock massage machine at Walmart. Non-sexual butt massage. Anal massage. From fear to freedom. Oh my.
Wait, what are you
Women-
afraid of? Wait, what do you?
Women and men are often afraid of receiving anal or rectal massage because of the stigma of the area or with trauma linked to previous sexual experience. However, it can be pleasant if it's done properly. The general preparation procedure and muscle release is almost the same for men and women, except men have a prostate.
Oh yeah, so they're gonna jerk you off through your butthole. Like
Yeah, basically milking the prostate.
Yeah. Is that the kind of butthole massage you were looking for, Lefty?
Yes.
Or looking
Yes.
for something more topical?
No, I want kind of almost inside, like kind of in and out, like on the lips, the butt lips.
The butt lips.
Yeah, I want the butt lip massage.
Oh, man.
How are the reviews on some of those?
Oh, this is great. You have to watch out for anal fissures and bleeding.
That's all?
External hemorrhoids can be problematic. Oh, if the client has internal hemorrhoids, be careful to move gently inside the anus and rectum, avoiding fast rotations, and make sure your fingers are well lubricated.
My grandmother always told me that a wiffle ball bat with some sandpaper on it will do the job.
Oh my god!
Yo, my granny was hardcore like that too. They used to all smoke and drink back then.
Yeah, and Lysol fucking killed everything, man.
And Lysol
Every goddamn thing. That was the pill before there was the pill.
Oh my god!
Okay, it's very important to drain the lymph nodes and vessels in the skin surrounding the anus.
Oh god, now it's getting graphic. Okay. Oh my. Oh wow. That's a pleasant sight.
Wow. This is really, really intense and deep. And deep. Get it? Deep? Wow. Gloves reduce irritation and are more practical, as the practitioner does not need to go wash their hands as often.
That's often. Oh, that's fantastic. That's great. I only had to wash my hands 2 times, man. That's great.
Use anal water-based lubricant if possible, because the pH is designed to match that of the anus. Coconut oil works, but not as viscous as lubricant.
You get more for good lube, is what it's saying.
It's more comfortable for the client to start with the fingers pointing towards the genitals. Use the thumb to start massaging the anus because it is more fleshy and soft than the other fingers. Massage the outside of the anus, rubbing around until the first part of the sphincter opens up. Oh, what?
Wow, I've never been this educated on an asshole before in my life, dude. I swear. I know things now I never wanted to know. Like, I promise.
Now, like when I call somebody an asshole, I
No.
actually mean it and know.
It's a totally different fucking.
Gradually insert the thumb by rotating it, making sure that you caress all around the anus until the sphincters relax and allow the thumb to go in entirely. Then retract the thumb and insert the index instead. You may choose to change the glove at this point to avoid contamination and repeat the lubrication process. However, this is not necessary, as there is rarely feces around and in the anus, and you can always wipe it with a wet cloth. Well, thank you very much. Okay, I'm done.
That is, I'm so glad I did not miss that tutorial.
I'm so glad I read that right now.
I'm glad you read the details on how to do it.
Wow. So it's a thing. It really is a thing.
Anal massage.
Anal massage and rectal massage, and you do the inside a little inside and out and all that.
I think I found a new profession. I think I'm going to set up one right next to a dispensary, and I'm only going to see like blondes between the ages of 20 and 30. That's get your anal massage with your medication, and yeah.
Can we get it covered by insurance too?
Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. Neil, yeah. We got to put this on the menu, Neil.
I work for you, Neil.
Just think about it. Right next to the dispo, come on, it'll be a hitter.
He's like, hey, Neil, how good are you with anal massages, man? Like, are you pretty decent?
Don't threaten Neil with another profession. He'll do it. Diver and all.
He says, I'm a diver.
Right?
Oh, shit. Oh, man.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Wow,
All right,
is
so-
right.
I gotta run. It's been
Jason, thank you for the answer. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jason.
Take it easy, man.
Getting back on topic, so your next court date is going to be in February?
No, it's not a court date. It's just I'll get a
Oh, you're-
decision.
The hearing. Yeah, I call
No,
it
it's
court
just a decision that I get in the mail.
Oh, so that's it. You're done. You don't have to go back.
Well, unless they try to fuck with me.
Oh boy.
It'll be on the table. Once I get the decision, they'll have 30 days.
Right.
We both have 30 days to appeal the decision. If neither one of us like the decision, I can appeal or they can appeal. But if they write a decision that's, they might try to split it down the middle somehow, I can still appeal it. So there is a chance that I might have to go back if I don't get what I'm supposed to have. So.
Right. You want that retroactive weed. That's what we want.
Well, you trust me, I'm going to get paid back for everything that Neil has supplied me for between when they cut me off all the way up until now.
And when was that? How long has it been since they cut you off?
When they cut me off was April. April was when they cut me off. And I went about a month and a half not really knowing what was going on or why they cut me off. So basically that's when everything started to pick up from there. And I've been getting my medication through the veterans program, through Cannabis and Neil, to keep me supplied throughout the course of my, throughout this case. Because if I don't have that, I'm probably might as well just crawl up and die, because I'm not going to go back to, like I said, narcotics and all that other shit. So, yeah, he basically saved my life at this point. So, yeah, him keeping me stable is allowing me to go the distance and he knows that there's a chance for a possible appeal. But dude, I've got him in the bag. And the only reason why they came to this hearing was because they have ass tons of money to throw at whatever they want. That's the only reason. So, you know, I'm willing to just keep up the fight, because they didn't, even with their closing argument, they didn't ask for me to, or ask for my medication to be taken away. They want me to be knocked back down to 50 grams a month and buy all my medication through Delaware, of which is stupid. So I'm just waiting on a decision in February to find out whether or not they're going to allow me to keep CannASense on the roster, and if I get to keep my 90 grams. And then after that, like I said, I just have to play it by ear based on the decision. But if they give me the proper decision based on all the facts, I shouldn't lose a goddamn thing. So
Here, check this out. Let's see if you can hear this. Can you hear
Medical
this?
Cannabis is now legal by telemedicine. Get the medicine you need by getting reviewed for a medical cannabis card. Contactless appointments available at cannASense.com. For as low as $39, you can get reviewed for a medical cannabis card. That's cannASense.com for a licensed medical cannabis doctor review. cannASense.com has all the information you need to get connected with a doctor. That's CANNASENSE.com. CannASense is common sense.
Yeah. I love CannASense.
so do I.
Yeah, Neil's great.
Oh man, he was excellent the other day, dude. No doubt. I mean, who else do you know that would be the CEO of a company like this is going to come and stand up for you in court like that? That's amazing.
Yeah, and he's willing to communicate, help you step by step. Any questions, he's willing to give out some resources. Like he's a good guy.
Well, he set this whole program up based on this whole model is set up on my case, of which, like I said, man, it's super cool. Every time I go to the CannASense site and I go down to the bottom after I'm done with my order and I see that, you know, pay by insurance, I'm like, yup. The whole site is him, but that little pay by insurance button, that's all me, buddy. So he's the one, though, to put that in motion. He's the one that created that whole system. So in the future, that's going to be most likely how things will roll when other patients start taking advantage of medical marijuana through either workers' comp or just insurance in general. So big plus, man.
You know,
big, huge plus.
Maybe he can get it done over here.
Yeah.
What's that?
Get it paid through my insurance.
Yeah.
Are you on workers' comp?
Nah. Well, I guess that'll be different because I'm on disability.
Are you talking about federal disability?
I believe so, yeah. It says
Well, yeah, okay. See, listen, that's where you want to jump in too. I'll tell you, just like I tell my buddies that work for the government. I got one buddy that works at the Pentagon. He's got his card, but he don't have what I have because it's private insurance. But that's where I'm trying to tell people that do have SSI or military benefits, whatever, to go after them for this. Start fighting and arguing with your doctors, because the VA is powerless now to stop me, because I live in a state where it's legal, and they have made it against the law now to mess with basically veterans that have a medical marijuana card. They used to be able to take our benefits for that. Okay, so I would imagine if you just start by use an attorney, if you used an attorney for SSI, go back and talk to that same attorney and see if there's something that you could do about getting somebody on deck about, if they're giving you prescriptions, there should be a way for you to change it. So, and it's a matter of state law. They never even brought up federal law in my case. And you would have thought that that's what they would have done. But it was never an issue. So if you got SSI, it should... I was told from the door this would never happen for me. No matter what happened, no insurance company would ever do this. The government's going to have to come around to it regardless, because the amount of money. Listen, you know how much money we're spending on rehab centers in this country? It's fucking stupid. I mean, you can literally go to rehab, get the fuck out, fuck up, go right back, and the state will continue to pay for that shit. It's basically a revolving door. So we're racking up a hell of a lot of debt just by having this fucking dope problem that we got. And the solution to it was always with marijuana. They're going to save a hell of a lot more fucking money. They're never going to make as much money off of putting people in jail as they will off of marijuana. So as soon as they get on board, we'll all be happy. And you'll be getting paid for it on SSI. But enough people have to join that fight. Like I said, the government's a different story when it comes to fighting for shit like this. When you're fighting on a state level, no problem. They never brought up federal law. So it doesn't hurt to inquire. Talk to an attorney. If you already got a doctor, right?
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor and get an attorney and say, listen, I want to fight this. I want to know why I can't get my marijuana paid for. And if you are, somebody's going to pick that up pro bono. Chances are, because it's unique shit that big attorneys like to go for like this. So you prove your illness, whatever's wrong with you, so on and so forth. You bring it to an attorney. Like, dude, give me my guy's name. He'll talk to Don and look, set him right in motion for everything that needs to happen after that. So, I mean, you're a resident of a state.
I'm definitely interested.
Well, you can, like I said, you can always refer to my case. That's the beauty of it. It's a precedence case. So any attorney is going to look at this and be like, what the fuck? I didn't even know that this was a real thing. I flew to Oregon and was going into, I don't know how many different dispensaries and explaining this to people. And half of them didn't even believe me. But now, yeah, it's a thing now. It's starting to catch fire a little bit. It just needs a whole lot more attention drawn to it. So anybody that jumps in on it now, if you get in on the ground floor, you're better off.
I'm going to play a quick video here. See if this works. Hold on. Okay.
Now, so no cross dispensary.
Right
General
here.
Board of Health. There
we go.
LE.
No, go back on your website and say nice things about me, like you always say.
Don't know what website you're talking about. I just said Facebook account.
I know you are. Go ahead.
Thank you.
And you want to? Last time I saw you in Trump the other day.
Yeah. I think he's going to go first.
Oh, sure.
This is, man, I live for this. My name is Jeff Oaks. I'm from Oceanport, New Jersey.
Please spell your last name.
Oaks, O-A-K-E-S.
From where?
Oceanport, New Jersey. I think everybody in this room supports the fight on the battle against cancer. I think everybody can agree with that, right? We've all been to fundraisers, okay? Right? Does anybody in this room want to see me die? Okay? Anybody? No. No, of course not. This is my medication. Your mayor is going all over the state of New Jersey against the wishes of the Board of Health, no less. Trashing us, stigmatizing us. I am sick and tired of your rhetoric, sir. You are hurting people. I'm asking with compassion, the folks in the medical community are asking you please to stand down. We don't understand what is behind it. I have stage 4 cancer. I'm dying. And I'm fighting. I'm not being helped.
Hey, Monza playing back at me. It's echoing.
Oh, the science is out there. The Board of Health has moved on it. The federal government is almost ready to move on it.
Here, I tried meeting you.
I am so tired of this. 32 treatments of chemo I've had. I've had 3 tumors removed from me. I've been all over the state of New Jersey with my friend here who showed me what it is to be an advocate. And I'm proud to hopefully finish the work of Cheryl Miller, God rest her soul, who started this how many years ago? I think well over 15 years ago. And we're tired of being stigmatized and dragged through the mud. And finally, there's some good folks that emerged from the lion pit that you were at, sir, in the State House, which was disgusting, because I don't know what piece of the pie you're in, but that's what everybody was there for. And the patients barely got a sniff of it. And we're still paying $500 an ounce to stay on the planet. I think that's disgusting. And I don't think, excuse me, I think that you have some explaining to your constituents here in Point Pleasant that you're parading all over the state, using them as a poker chip to advance some other agenda that has nothing to do with this town. That's an atrocity. That's unethical, if you ask me.
15 seconds.
I'm done. I hope this stinks. I hope I offended everyone, because I'm offended.
Okay. Next.